a couple
Good evening.
things.
Welcome to the Doom City of Granitegard here on the Guardtower Presents. This is our weekly fantasy action adventure. We stream Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. on the Guardtower's Twitch and then post those to the Guardtower's YouTube channel on Fridays. And if you're interested in everything that we have to do with the Doom City of Granitegard and Super Happy Good Time Productions, you can visit us on our Linktree page, where you can find links again to the Guardtower's YouTube and Twitch channels. You can find links to our Patreon, our X, and our Discord channel. How do you get there? Well, you would go over to DOC. Let's try that again. You would go over to linktr.
That was against the
Bad job
over there.
It was super easy to get there again. That is linktr.ee/dcog. That is linktr.ee/dcog. And yeah, so again, super easy to get over there. Tonight we have a battle map. We're using Warlock tiles, which you can find here at the Guard Tower. They're a very simple, easy to use set of fantasy tiles you can convert into all kinds of maps. So pick those up today and check those out for yourself. We also have music provided by our friends over at Pocket Bard. And Pocket Bard is a very easy to use, fun app you can download onto your phone. It has a wide variety of sounds and songs for you to play at your own table, bring a little bit of magic to your role play experience. And yes, so grab that today at the Apple App Store
To accentuate.
Play.
We should see if they
We
can
have
get
minis provided by our friend Tony Thepison as well as Chris Wolfgang over at Clearing Studios. And Chris Fields has provided all kinds of accoutrements for our map to make it a lot more exciting. So we're certainly interested in getting into that map this evening there. But yes, if you're into role-playing games like we are, you can stop over to the Guard Tower and you can check out everything that they have available there, including strategy games, card games, dice, models, paints, minis. They even have a huge gaming community that you can take advantage of. And that is just on the opposite side of their sales floor. In each location, the east and the west location. The east location is off of 270 and Main Street. And the north location is here off of Hilliard Rome Road. North of 270 on Nike Drive. And James, what is the actual address here again? Yes, and
the 50-foot tower.
Yeah.
Giveaway.
The titular guard tower.
Wow.
You can see the guard tower G inside the building.
Yeah.
yes, we know about that. So yes, come visit us here at the Guard Tower.
You send out the bat signal with the guard tower logo.
Well, yes, as we are heading towards the end of our season 1 here, as a matter of fact, I'd like to take a moment to talk about our season 2. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to pass over the floor to our 2 upcoming game masters that'll be running both the shows that we have available. I'm going to start with James. James, why don't you tell us a little about the show that you're going to be running tonight? Well, not tonight, season 2.
Oh, smash cut. Right?
Stay tuned, folks. Slightly different format. We are actually shooting a drama called The Mask of Burnout Part 1, The Mockingbird and Raven. So the show is The Mockingbird and Raven, and in it, we will have players playing D&D, an adventure called The Mask of Burnout, but this one is focused more on telling a dramatic story like watching a drama on television, as opposed to a full live play series. A lot of on-location shots, and it's pretty wild. It's a very mind-bending.
From everything that I've seen on that thus far, I would say, yeah, definitely quite a bit of genres that it blends as well with that too. And Roger is actually going to be doing Shifting Realms. So why don't you tell us a little about Shifting Realms there?
Yeah, the shifting realms gonna be pretty exciting. Everything's getting shifted first and foremost. Just no doubt about that. The shift in incomes.
3 degrees.
To the degree, yeah, to smidge to the left. But I will say that for us, we're going with a very much like a high fantasy meets grimdark, post-apocalypse kind of energy. The world is reeling after an event that happened just a smidge over a millennia ago, and they're trying to figure out kind of what brought this character of crew together, if you will, and trying to figure out really, I guess, what comes next. I think the challenging thing that we'll have with there's no fishing. There's absolutely zero fishing in the shifting realm. There are no horses. There's no fishing.
I got a horse.
Hey, I clicked that email.
And if you can't tell, some of these rabble rousers are also going to be in the shifting realms, and they keep asking for a number of things. But if you like grimdark fantasies, you like high fantasy adventures, and you like sandbox experiments, that's certainly what we're going to be offering to you.
Now, this is more traditional roleplay, though, unlike the.
If you can call this traditional, but yeah.
So, well, I mean, but I mean, like we have,
It's
we have
And just
different
like
experiences for people out there to take a look at.
There is a
Yeah.
live play series where Miss Vermel is actually a drama and not just. It's I don't mean to say just. It's not a live play series.
Yeah.
It just has live play in it.
It's a dream within a dream.
It's like Inception.
No, it's more like a nightmare
Get the top.
inside of a nightmare, wrapped up in a nightmare and baked in a nightmare oven.
So
Make your Dunkin' of Nightmares. We brought that. Okay, so.
Yeah, nightmare.
But
ravioli.
also on Saturdays, we're going to be doing a very special show with the Guardtower itself called That Saturday Show. And we're going to be looking for game masters and players from the local area to participate in that and come on and show us what you've got. A much more informal kind of setting, but real honest to goodness tabletop role playing at its rawest and actually probably its most interesting at that point. So
Join us, won't you?
To the last.
exactly, yeah, and actually a lot of the cast and crew and we bounce you back in and take a look at that. So come and join us for those 3 shows that we're going to have in season 2. But for right now, we're going to roll our intro for the Doom City of Granitegard, and then hop into tonight's adventure. We'll see you in just a few moments.
Gotta survive.
Once the seat of economic and political power in the Northern Territories, the city of Granitegard fell in one catastrophic moment of terror and bloodshed. In the quiet hours of the night, the massive granite mesa that served as the city's namesake exploded violently, the debris reducing entire swaths of the city to ruin. Before the inhabitants could even comprehend what had happened, they were blindsided by an army of monstrosities surging from the sewers and into the city streets. The militia valiantly attempted to protect the fleeing citizens, but their efforts were futile against the overwhelming tide of bloodthirsty creatures. And in the midst of the chaos, the city gates slammed shut, turning Granitegard into a death trap for anyone that remained behind the high, fortified walls that had been meant to protect them. For over a decade, it has stood as silent as a tomb and shrouded in a perpetual mist. No one has entered, and nothing human has ever come out. That is, until now. 12 years to the day since the fall of Granitegard, the Trader's Gate has opened. The news has spread like wildfire across the human crescent. And like a siren's call, fortune hunters from far and wide have been drawn by the possibility of untold riches lying just inside the city walls. Daring the foolish and the brave to risk it all at a chance of wealth beyond their wildest dreams. It has also stirred the interest of old rivals. With no one from the original bloodline to claim the mantle of leadership of Granitegard, plans are forming in the dark. Powerful forces seek to play their games of state, as the lives of everyone in the north hangs in the balance. And in the midst of this all, 6 strangers have been drawn to Granitegard by something other than riches or power. Their destiny is tied to the events surrounding the fall of the city. Each of them must confront the past in order to find a way forward. Each of them must search for answers in the doomed city of Granitegard.
To become besties with
Oh,
Chris.
Ron, hey, how you doing? We're talking fire already.
Not good.
Let's go ahead and do our recap, and then let's see where we go this evening. As we left our party, they had returned from the Queen's Grotto with the essence fruit, which they needed to break the magical affliction that was crippling the Antherian expeditionary forces. They also managed to break the curse that had been fracturing the souls of both Vaughn's mother and his siblings, reuniting them and bringing them back from the brink. But there was no time to celebrate. Pressing arrival of the massive army of the Concordance has forced his party back into action after only a brief stay at the garrison tower. While they were there, Yip Yip stayed behind, as a pressing matter with the kobolds had drawn her attention. The rest of our heroes made their way over to the Antherian camp, and given the impending arrival of the enemy army, a desperate choice was made to take Newtown. With only a fraction of their fighting forces at peak health, the Antherian commander, Exotaurus, set his soldiers under Amon's leadership to create a diversion. Meanwhile, Tarquin, Exotaurus, and the rest of the party would sneak into the city and attempt to free King George and take out the leadership of the Concordance. But as we start with tonight, we are going to look back over to Yip Yip at the tower. Yip yip. As the party had arrived from the Queen's Grotto, everybody seemed very excited to see all of you. However, as the humans were celebrating, a kobold approached you, one of the Alpha Mother's attendants, Errol, and she whispered into your ear that you needed to accompany her to see the Alpha Mother, and gently held you by the hand as she pulled you down to the area where the kobolds have been staying here in the garrison tower. As you arrive, the mood is very somber down within the kobolds. They all have surrounded the Alpha Mother. She sits on the cushions and stuff they've made her comfortable with. And you can tell that the poison that has been held at bay looks to have returned with intense aggression. There's a sickly pallor to her skin, and it looks like she has lost a lot of her glow, the health that she had. And as she struggles to rise up and look over to you with a smile, she beckons you over to her. She seems a little bit surprised that you're here, and my child, please come sit with me for a while. It would be nice to see you. I didn't think you would return before I took my rest. And she kind of pats the pillows next to her there.
And Yip Yip would very, very quickly sit down.
She takes you by the hand and she begins talking to you, and for a brief moment, normalcy returns to your world. You're reminded of when you were a young hatchling and growing up, at the times that you would sit with the Alpha Mother, and she was always interested in conversations with you, with your perspective on the world, as she would head out and collect things and talk about what you thought humans were like, and then the conversation turns to your experiences with the humans. There's a lot of weak laughter that she has with you as you give her your impression of what life is like dealing with the humans, and how you see things in their very different world from what you had initially imagined on that. And she smiles and looks up to you and she says, "So, you don't mind staying with me for a bit, do you? The time will be growing short soon, and I know your friends have pressing concerns, but for a bit longer, I need you to look after the kobolds and me. Would that be all right?"
Of course.
She kind of rests her head on you, which is a large reversal from when you were a child and you would rest your head on her. And she smiles up at you, and for a while, there's not a lot of conversation that happens, just kind of enjoying each other's presence. And then she asks you, "This special tea that they serve up in the tower there, would you mind fetching a bit for me? Then the two of us could share some more of your insight to your friends. Would that be something you could do for me?"
You okay? I can get that for you.
"Pinch of honey, that's all right." You smile as she lays back down on the pillows, and up to the kitchen you head. For the rest of the party, we're going to turn to you now. As you all have come back to where the Grievesman station is, you can see, as you look out to the front great house there, the Concordance guards are on alert. There's at least a dozen soldiers sitting out front here. These do not appear to be the heavy frontline soldiers, but you can definitely tell that all these men are capable soldiers. But what draws your attention is this charging bull in metal armor racing from the front gate and stops, tearing up with earth in front of him as he reaches where the guards sit in front of the Great Hall's entrance. And it is the Colossus. Steam comes in large gouts into the cold air, and just as he looks at the soldiers, they all back away from him, and he actually parts the barricade, steps over the front doors and slams them open, and they come off their hinges and into the room itself. And there's this scream, this bellow of anger, and the Colossus, just as he was bolting in the street, takes off again. You could see the wood splinters tear up, and as he charges into the room, you could hear chaos, and then George screams at the Colossus, "No!" What are you doing?
How far away are we?
From where the guards are, it's about 30 to 40 feet from where you are at this point.
We didn't come this far just to stand around and wait. Rushes in.
Hey,
Let's go.
You guys are going to take on the 12 guards?
I'm sorry, the Colossus is run, where are we?
Yeah.
You guys, if you look at the map itself, remember how the main drag comes in from the front gate and connects to that circle, that circles around the center of Newtown. All the branches of the spokes of the wheels come off from there to the various areas around town. The Great House and the Grievesman's office are directly where that trail would end. That's also where they put people in the stockades out in front, like you saw before we first arrived to the town. The steps to the Great Hall are right there with the barracks attached to the Great Hall and the Grievesman's office just to the side. So basically the Grievesman's office, police station, which is originally there, but the Great House is built pretty much butting up right next to that. And then the barracks is attached to the back of the Great House, which holds the bulk of the Concordance forces. It's kind of a fort within side of Newtown, but right now, most of the Concordance soldiers that you've seen are racing off towards the side of the town that's under attack, or they're reinforcing the ramparts, or at the front gates.
Okay, so where are we in relation to George and the Colossus? I'm just trying
They
to
are
visualize.
inside of the Great House. You can't see them from where you are. You just heard
we can
the
just hear it.
sounds come out.
And we saw the Colossus run in.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Thank you.
So as we're making our way there,
Say, hey, I think we should even our odds a little bit.
and I'm gonna pull out 2 vials and I'm gonna hand one to each of you.
Oh, this looks delicious. They have ski.
What is it?
Oh, you
I
asked.
would ask that these drinks it.
It's a good idea. Start
don't.
doing that. I mean,
We've all just decided to trust you at this point.
yeah.
I'm just tired of the big guys being on their side.
So you guys chug it.
Great. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Would you describe what happens?
Each of you roll a d4.
Come on. That's a one.
All right. So for the next hour, you will both grow to large size. You are under the effects of enlarge.
Bacon.
You'll add a d4 to all of your weapon attacks and have advantage on all strength, ability checks, and saving throws.
It went.
Wow.
There's the guards at the
That's
front.
magically based, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Well,
they just like
alchemically, but
shoot up.
Yeah.
So it's alchemically, it's a
You
chemical
taller than
combination
you
where
were.
it's a magic.
We just shrink.
it
Thank you.
depends on how you want to flavor all of my abilities. Do you want them to be magic? Because so far they haven't been.
Then I would say they would probably not be magic at that point. They would be.
All right,
It'd be
you
science.
are roided out then.
So yeah,
Uh,
you guys got the nice neck bulge action going on in the base.
somehow it also worked on all of your equipment as it also gets roided out and grows.
Yeah.
That's
Dripping some.
We just have our little weapon. As you start growing, I like spray the armors, they get a little bigger.
It's clear
more of a fun process.
Indeed.
So as the party is approaching, you can see the guards now turn towards you all, and they brace. They're all in suits of armor themselves. They seem very capable.
We brought 2.
One of the lead guards is like, hold!
We're gonna keep going. Move. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna walk past.
We're all running like follow the big people.
In lockstep with our.
Yeah. Like do 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 do.
Tell you what, give me an intimidation check.
Oh my gosh, I'm like fishing in that or something.
Would it be advantage?
Yeah.
It would be advantage.
Okay. Wait, do we both get advantage or?
No, one person will get to make the roll for the party.
Okay, I get. Okay, well, thank you.
Well,
Come
was the
on,
bigger bonus.
buddy. Okay. That's gonna be a 22.
22. All right.
Ooh, guard.
Get out the
way.
way.
Okay. So as you all
They don't.
approach them, one guard that told you all to hold is standing there. He's still telling you to hold and has his shield up, begins to reach for his weapon, but he is the only one now currently that is occupying the block. Kind of from either side of him, begin kind of just creating some space so that you all can just kind of funnel past him if you wish.
Let's just go past. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulders because that's the way it works.
Sure.
As you
You're
pass
dedicated,
by the
son.
guard, as you pass by the guard, who is in the lead coming through first into the room itself?
I
That's
think
two.
it's the 2
Oh.
giants.
Yeah.
Two giants. All right, as you all duck through the door to get in
Yeah.
and step out, the room
Just
itself
another
looks
day in
very
life
much like
for
you
me.
had seen it the last time that you were here for that very awkward dinner session with King George. However, you can see that the room itself has been changed to handle more of this invasion that's going on here, this sieging of Newtown. All the fine decorations have been removed. The beautiful rugs that were on the floor have been taken up. Sculptures have been obviously stowed away. There are boxes of supplies in the corners. There is a large table in the center where it looks like they were doing some planning and plotting. There are maps that are set out, and there appear to be various pieces moved on this map. And there are quite a few of King George's soldiers that are squaring off with the Concordance forces at this point. However, they have all frozen in place practically to turn and look to the far corner of the room by where the large fireplace sits. And you see the Colossus towering over George, who's been knocked prone to the ground. And as he's rising to his feet, you can see him kind of holding his chest here. Obviously, he has been struck at some point in time. And he has got his hand out towards the Colossus, but the Colossus is gripping his massive greatsword that has been run through the rider in black and has the rider lifted off of the ground as it is through the rider's chest. And as you look at the rider, the first time you can see the rider's face, the normal mask that the rider is wearing is laying somewhere there on the floor. The hair of the rider is a long, silvery, beautiful looking hair itself, but it has all been tied up into braids. The braids expose these long, pointy ears. The face itself is like white porcelain, but the eyes are pools of infinite black. There is nothing but just nothing in there. Just when you look at the mouth has been stitched shut. And Mary freezes in place, and you are transported back to your home way up north in the Concordance, back to the library, to when you were a little girl and you would look up at the portrait that it was hung in reverence on the wall of the library, the closest you would ever come to your mother, as you would study her fine features and wonder what you would look like when you had grown up. And you recognize the rider in black's face on that portrait there. And shattering you from this memory, it's the Colossus grabbing the legs and then pulling the sword up and out and bisecting her and hurling her against the fireplace where she shatters into dust. And the Colossus at this point begins to raise the great sword over George. And it is initiative.
Do we know if Dust
Well, that's a lot to process.
Go ahead and roll the
Don't get
initiative with
my
super
trust.
disadvantage.
Yes, we rolled over.
Hey, Will, please let me roll well.
Roll one.
Bless.
I wish you all luck.
Let us go ahead and start.
I think I remember.
Anybody have a 21 through 25?
21.
2.
I
22?
don't, but I did roll a nat 20
22.
for a 19.
Hey,
I also rolled a nat 20
nice.
Yeah.
Wait,
for a 21.
okay, so you have a nat 20
Yes.
and you have a nat 20
Yar.
and you have a 22.
Not nat 20.
Okay,
but
so
yeah,
we're going to
with
go
my
Exotaurus.
modifier.
We're going to go Tarquin. We're going to go Mary.
18.
All right, so I'm looking for
Couldn't be you.
16 through 20.
Cut off that.
I've already got kind of for 16 through 20.
I have a 16.
I got an 18.
Do you
I
have
also
eight?
got an 18.
Okay, so who has the higher dex between the two of you?
That's funny.
I've learned long ago never to assume how players build their characters there.
Poorly.
Echo. We're going to, here we go with Skeech.
I got 17.
So it's
Oh, no,
then
Reverend then Skeech.
This is probably
Reverend,
the
that's one
best.
of your highest rolls ever.
I think that's the highest I've ever rolled for.
I am super impressed. I know Anna
You
is
just want
probably
to be there
going
up with us. Shane has mentioned it.
Actually, have rolled a 16 for a 15.
Yes.
It's not a 20, but it is over 10 for the
You
first
are
time.
very
All
large.
right. So
Right.
that brings us to 11 to 15 at that point. 11 to 15? I got you down, Anna? All right. So at this point, I'm looking for Vaughn and George. What do you?
7.
Oh no.
Big
Nine.
Very,
Wow.
very royal seven.
Well, you can tell how things run in that family then. All right, very good. So,
You guys aren't really.
Exo, you are going to.
Delicious. Save the best for last.
There we go.
So true.
So, what
you
are
already
you
win.
doing there, Exo?
Do I see
You went last
this great sword about to come down on George?
Yes, he's definitely got it raised over. The intention is very clear on what the Colossus is about to do.
I will move my max 40 feet straight towards the
50 here near me. Oh, 50
Ooh.
feet straight towards the Colossus.
So many minis to choose. All right.
Shorter time than that.
I will throw my Yippawah at him.
Strike.
Disarming strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are
Oh wow, nice.
okay.
Natty T.
Start strong.
Closed athletics of 35.
Oh my god! Your athletics is what?
Plus 15.
Somebody ate you old Wheaties this morning.
All right.
It's the
So-
roids.
As Exotaurus releases the Yiktua, it sails through the air and hits the great sword over the Colossus' head, and the great sword just clatters to the ground next to him. As the Colossus shifts its bulk and turns back to look towards Exotaurus. Exo, any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Yes, I will use my bonus action to activate my incantation radiance. Begin to frame and suddenly daylight. So bright that the shadows created by people standing near me practically look like they're burned onto the walls. And anyone within 5 feet of me, and myself included, anyone who attempts to attack them is at disadvantage, being blinded.
All right.
It's glorious.
And that is a holy based.
That is
That's divine. Okay, very good. All right, you were activated. Any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
I'm not in range to use anything else. I will use one of my actions to pull the vehicle back to my.
All right. It gleefully returns to your hands, eager to be tossed again or used to open up holes in the villainy. All right. We move to the Colossus at this point.
Do it again.
The Colossus pivots back, looks over at George, and that is going to be a 26 to grapple George.
I will use my reaction to chuck my shield with predictions.
All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
25.
Ooh. All right, as you hold the Ixtwa back, as it's returning to your hand, you see the action happening, and the other arm tosses the shield out and smacks the Colossus' hand, and he pivots back again. At this point, he reaches back and pulls the battle axe out, and that is going to be his finishing move at that moment. He's done with his actions for right now. What are you going to be doing, Tarquin? You're coming
Same
through
direction.
this set of doors.
Mm-hmm.
Right here is where everybody's coming through.
I'm gonna take 40 in the same direction to the Colossus. And then I'm going to, if another 40 will get me to the Colossus, then I'll take it again. Not quite.
40 puts you about 5 feet away from him at this point.
Okay, so there's a 5-foot gap.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just
instead of doing that, I want to spend my bonus action instead of dashing because I can do that now. I'm going to use Master of Tactics to give George the help action as a bonus action. I'm just gonna in big target form. I'm just gonna bang on my shield and try and get the attention of the Colossus. And then as my action, I will cast less on Exotaurus, George, and Vaughn if Vaughn's in range.
All right. So
So D4 to saves and
All right. D4 to saves and hit rolls.
that'll be it.
And what is the duration on that?
Concentration 1 minute.
Concentration 1
You
minute.
need the rings? You need the rings?
Um,
I have some.
yeah, you did. Fantastic. Let's go ahead now.
All right.
That make you the Lord of the Rings?
The Tolkien estate is
Just a bottle of rings.
The
When he kicks the
opinions that get here are not necessarily those of.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
No,
Much.
cool, it's okay.
Here we go.
So
Wow.
relevant. Have advantage on your next.
You too can find these at the guard tower.
Mm-hmm.
Located just below a recording tower.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Level 49.
Blessed.
And expanding.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got
Here you can add on.
George. We've
Yeah,
got extra force. And who else?
Vaughn.
Vaughn will be. There we go. All right.
Guy on the right.
We are going to any other actions, reactions, bonus actions for you. Okay. The Grievesman's going to take his actions at this point in time.
You should
And-
threaten like a bigger square since you are large sized.
Oh yeah, you have a reach of like 10 feet now, don't you?
It's all right. Too late.
Both of his hacks land.
Too far in the past.
Adam, doesn't he have like a 10-foot reach now?
No, the reach stays the same. Just
Okay.
you take
Takes up force.
He kills one of George's men.
So you have T-Rex arms.
Who kills one of George's men?
Right, which one's the
cop and all of George's forces
There we go.
and all of George's.
His action. We move next to Mary.
Granitegard.
Your next one. What action are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so my mom is Dust. Um,
It's like you barely knew it.
Mom?
okay, can you show me where I am in reference to the
Mama.
Colossus?
Currently, you're by the door here.
By the door. And the Colossus is which one?
So the door's here, and this big guy right here is Colossus.
Mm.
I would like to cast Hold Person.
So,
It's 60 feet. Am I in range?
so he is right at the edge of 60 feet, roughly.
I
That
can
would-
I can move forward.
Yeah.
So,
Thought that he else. Patience.
30 feet would put you right here,
Yeah, we all
and
got a
that
high
would be
five
well
in the
within.
middle.
Okay.
Pose on.
It's a Wisdom saving throw.
And whole person just
They can't move or take actions. They're
Yeah,
paralyzed.
they're paralyzed.
And they can
I
make a
understand
save.
that, but the spell seems to have no effect on the Colossus.
Ooh.
Well, we are his sleep paralysis demons. This is terrible.
We have clarified that alchemical reagents are not magic. This is gonna be funny.
So we have to overcome his fame roids.
Yeah.
All right. Any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Chemicals I made in my basement.
Here they got golf. Nerve.
I think I'm yeah.
Okay. And that is going to move us to the Concordance soldiers.
Join our
Can
union.
you please group up tighter?
All of you. Men, formation.
One ball.
30-inch radius circle. No
Okay.
reason.
That is going to move us next down the line to Damon.
I'm going to hold my action until after Echo, but I will Fleetfoot and move my full movement to get. Or can I just wait until like after Echo, like my whole turn?
If
Would I
you
be
wish
able
to
do that?
bypass where you are in the initiative order, I don't mind people shifting down.
Yeah, I want to go after.
You can
like,
make
right
a
after
you
Echo.
can make a choice to move after somebody else. You can defer initiative.
I want to go up.
Cool. I want to go right after.
Okay, so that would now the next round you will reset to your regular
That's fine.
position within it. Okay, so that brings us back to another Colossus action.
Oh, boo.
So
It seems like it has boss
Them
action.
old Duke boys who got
now he has both the sword and he has his axe.
Yippee.
and swings the flat of the axe at George. And that is going to be a 27 to hit you, George.
Sorry.
Just snakes patch.
Whoops.
George, I will let you roll a 12-sided die, please.
Oh,
12.
why? What a generous
Six.
thing.
6. All right. So, George, you take 30 points of damage. That would be blunt. And your spine makes this cracking noise as you drop down to your knee.
You sound like a water bottle.
We missed it.
You'll have
I don't think it was at a 30. Think about that.
30 points of damage, yes.
Whoa.
Your attacks will be at disadvantage. You took a blow to the spine.
I don't know
All
how I
right.
feel about this new mechanic.
It is moving next down the line to Echo, and then it'll be Damon after Echo.
Echo and Damon make eye contact. It is known. First, I'll just send Sky 100 feet. She's just going to get near the Colossus. And I would like to move. First, he digs his heels into the ground and casts Compesses' Stride. So I will also dash. I'm going to move. Do I get that? Sam, do I get that buff since I?
Not
Because you
not
left.
next to me.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So I will move. Let's see. 65 times 2, that would be 130 feet.
30 feet.
And I want to be within 5 feet of the Colossus and George. I need to be next to both of them.
You know, so
I don't even know if you needed to dash. With 65, I can get there? I would prefer not to dash if I don't need to.
65 is going to place
65 move.
Echo right here.
Okay.
However,
Your 5 feet short. You should dolphin dive at the end.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to make a okay, yeah, I would say a you can do athletic as acrobatics.
The cool
On
guy
this.
check.
Is this a saving throw?
Yes, it is.
Strength.
But
You're now
Attack
within
you use a skill check on this to prevent you from falling, or you can try to use a saving throw action. But if you do, there's something else that will happen.
Okay. Am I near you to do the saving throw?
Yeah.
I'll do the
Yeah, you're-
saving
you're
throw.
within.
Anything that is a magical enhancement now becomes a negative. Make your saving throw.
Very well. That's +5 or +6?
+4.
+4.
And
That
Okay.
becomes a negative.
So that will be
Becomes a -4.
that'll be a 28.
so it's
Anything that is a magical bonus for a saving throw becomes a negative
Oh.
within the order of the Colossus.
Okay. So,
So it should be
Negative
28.
it'll be 20 then. Yep.
Okay, 20. You do not fall down, but you feel that speed bonus that you just hit dissipate once you get within a certain distance of that Colossus.
Cool.
That
I
runs
will
all.
dash anyway and move 45, so I have my position within 5 feet of George and the Colossus.
That would place you right here.
And I have my shield up, and I'm ready to react.
All right. Damon, it is going to be your action at this
all
point.
right.
He's not here.
How far away is the Colossus?
From the door, I should have known this by now, but I can't remember.
I told Yippee was here.
Yeah, oh, the yipper.
My name isn't Hippie, it's Hippie.
That was hippopotamus.
It's 100 feet.
Okay, I want to go with my bonus action. I'm going to use Fleetfoot to dash, and then I will use my movement to get as close as possible. And then if I'm not right behind him, I will use my action to hide.
Okay. And your fleet feet takes you how far?
It just says dash. That's all.
Dash.
60, right?
Yeah.
So it's a dash that doesn't count as a dash. So what is you're doing 60 feet? Do you have any, you don't have any other bonuses to speed?
What's your speed?
Move 30.
30.
60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to double check to make sure that I move you appropriately there. So you are pretty much right about where Tarquin is, without moving anything further
Okay.
with
and then-
the fleet feet. Then you can move another
Oh,
30.
Yeah, then go my other 30.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mhm.
That's going to place you right about here, which is about 5 feet behind behind him.
So I'm 5 feet away from him.
There's a 5-foot gap
Yeah.
between you.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and Am I able to hit him or am I too far away? I'm
You
sorry.
could throw.
No, I'm not gonna do
Okay.
that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use my action to hide then.
You are outside of the aura of your glow, correct, Exo?
Yes.
Damon? Okay.
Within 15 feet is the.
Is it 15 feet? So Damon would be within the glow there.
Hmm?
So that your glow creates a disadvantage on hiding?
No, it creates a disadvantage on if they're within 5 feet of being hit because
Okay.
I'm so bright.
Roger that.
21.
21. All right. Damon, basically you kind of duck against the table there, using the edges of the table to kind of just hide where your shape is. The Colossus does not appear to have noticed you.
Okay.
All right. Any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Nope.
Okay. That is going to move us to George's men, who launch a counterattack.
Oh, no.
They put him down. That is going to move us down to the Reverend.
Okay. So I look. So I look at Echo across the room there, and I say, "Echo." Right. Well, you can't hear me; it's too far away. But I
can hear you.
I just
I
like,
can hear you.
I look. I give you a look like I want to make you proud.
It is
And then
known.
I just dive. And then I step 30 feet into the room towards the group of Concordance soldiers there.
Okay, so there's one Concordance soldier. These are George's men in the red.
Oh.
Concordance, and 2 Concordance men here.
I just
With the
okay.
greensmen.
I'm gonna step in like the middle of that group of Concordance soldiers.
These guys.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
right in the middle of the fray.
All right. So you're
I'm just
basically
gonna stride confidently into the middle.
okay.
And as I am doing that, I pull a gem from my pocket and crush it, and then become wreathed in shadow, where I am heavily obscured because I have cast Shadow of Moil. That is a bonus action. Or I'm sorry, that's an action. Then
Same thing going.
I'm going to go up next to the nearest Concordant soldier and stab him with my rapier.
All right.
But I get advantage on the attack because he cannot see me.
There you go.
So
What's up?
I observe what you're doing, cannot see you, and
okay,
hope
I
you're-
rolled a nat 1, but I have advantage on the attack because he can't see me.
Yeah.
Don't do it again.
I rolled a nat 1.
Echo will never know. Yeah, it's known.
Pass this over, please.
No one can see that I just like go, eh.
But you did a little nod with me, and then with the
I can't see them either.
This
Dang it.
this sucks so much. But I didn't roll a red die.
Okay, good.
I hate this so much.
It believe you didn't drop it, but it carries its own level of humiliation there of
This guy just feels like a little like of the rapier just like going past
Did you
his
give him a
head.
haircut?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
All right, well that was cool.
It's like Elvis in the jumpsuit, like,
My turn.
Okay, we are going to move down next to Skeesh.
great.
Thanks.
So through
You're
the
doing
front
great.
door, the closest Concordance member is how many feet away?
5, 10, 20, 30 feet.
Cool. So there's just going to be a bomb that goes right through the door frame, and I'm gonna try to smack him.
It's fun right next to the Reverend with 2 of George's men there.
Cool. Well, I can't see the Reverend, so neither can this bomb. It won't affect him.
You just see this.
What about
like,
George's men? Would they be affected?
Oh yeah. I don't know them. And there's just this like smiley face drawn on this bomb.
Have a nice day.
Does the 16 hit?
Okay, so as they are,
Or I would argue for advantage because he's not looking. I think it's 20.
the spearmen are locked with the swordsman there. The shield is blocking the spear attacks, and sword's also parrying them off. He's swinging at them, hasn't hit them, and behind them is the Reverend going like that. But they all stop for a second where they hear this clink, this thing that rolls into the center of all three of them, and they look down at this little thing. And it rolls and stops with the smiley face right up.
And this one doesn't explode. It goes.
Oh
As
my
this
God.
gas is released, and I need everybody but the Reverend within 15 feet to make a Constitution saving throw. Did I hit the one I was throwing it at with a 16?
Yeah, all three of them will be affected by.
I should point out that within 10 feet of me, it is darkness.
That's fine.
So
Wait, magical darkness or like
Heavily obscured.
Heavily obscured.
Oh, I could make that. It's
So-
an AOE.
yes, you got it. Yeah.
Cool.
It's very
All of them except for the Reverend within 15 feet need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 18.
Didn't make it. Didn't make it.
And this includes George's men.
I'm rolling for all three of them. Nobody made it. What would
Oh,
happen to them
awesome.
should they have not made it?
So I walk in with like a tin can strapped to my face. I go, knock, knock. As the laughing gas bomb goes off, and they all fall prone in fits of laughter, except for the Reverend.
All right.
Not that we all saw that failure, but everybody's laughing.
Reverend failed so hard that nothing is
Well,
funny
I
right
think
now.
that everyone's laughing at me, and
Okay, so they are all prone.
So that was my bonus action.
Oh, it's bonus action.
Yeah.
So, we're just gonna flag him like this because the dead guy's already laying down.
And can
I
you
don't wanna get
put
anybody-
Skeech next to the Concordance member that was in that 30 feet?
Yes, I can. You go, Skeech.
What weapon were they wielding?
It's a longsword.
So I'm going to pick that up. And then using my my Granitegard knighthood, as I run one of my normal flaming bombs along the blade, it's going to ignite, and I'm going to plunge it into the prone Concordance member.
Oh, good lord. All right. I would say you would have advantage on that attack.
Why so serious? Yeah.
So that's going to be a 17.
That would be the AC.
Okay, so since I've got that two-handed and d10s.
Mm.
3. I
Take
got
your
it.
pick.
I've got it. So that's going to be 25 damage plus 4, so 29
His locker
damage. As I'm going to be holding this flaming blade as it starts to putter out. And say, all right, Rev, your lead.
so you're in the dark. You can't see anything.
No.
All right. That brings us back to the Colossus.
Are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
How's
And I'm gonna try to like put my back against like your leg.
I'm here, and I definitely killed a guy in here. It was so cool.
Don't
All right.
like that.
Did you anything?
Damon, you were hit with a natural
Oh.
20.
Oh,
Can I do anything about this?
What?
What's that?
Oh.
The Colossus turns. And...
Wait. He's going outside of my range?
Yep.
Big mistake. All right.
Hey, let's
I'm going to swing at him.
Mhm.
I'm flanking. Oh. All right. That'll be a, is he undead?
No.
Yep, that'll be a 17 to hit.
17. Queen, you skip off the armor.
All right. Proceed.
that's
All right. So,
Well
David,
I try.
you 0 out on your hit points and collapse.
Cool.
Sure.
what?
The blow hits Damon so hard you actually see him kind of fold and
I
drop.
borrow this.
How many?
How far
Awesome.
away is David from me?
Haven't
like
got actually you.
Okay.
60.
How many
You're up
points was
next.
Oh,
It is an
Wait.
ability.
Did he move out of Sky's range?
Yes. No,
Each
no.
goes, you
He
have
did not
your
move out of
HP.
Sky's range. Sky's still within range of him.
But
I guess.
Our word sleepy.
ow.
all these reactions. And
Our word
Just knocked
forced
out
nap
there.
time.
He got
Yeah.
one hit.
I so
Uh,
creepy.
Now I understand why.
Oh, I did see that. And I go, no,
What's happening?
how's my bunkmate?
What happened to the rat?
Who's gonna
So-
tell me bedtime stories now?
That uses the last of his abilities this round. It moves over to Anna. Anna, you have not entered the room yet.
I hope things are going really well in there.
You
I have a good feeling about this.
Then you should be able to see a lot more from
Oh,
up there.
it's but in the door though, like is the wall? Okay, great.
So-
I'm gonna book it inside.
Currently, you're right over there.
Yep.
So you're going to
I'm gonna
dash.
dash towards the Colossus, or I'm gonna run into the room, see my buddy Damon on the ground, and then run to stand over him,
All right. This is you.
which I think takes up all my movement and my dashing.
So you move 60 feet with your dash, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's going to put you right up here with Exotaurus.
Great.
Make sure you account for the fact that she's large.
I'm
so
real
she takes
big.
more space.
Well, it's we're playing with approximates here.
Great.
So you are right next to Exotaurus.
So,
All right.
wow.
Either actions, reactions, bonus actions.
Nope.
You're currently about 5, 10, 15, about 20, 25 feet away from Damon.
Okay. Bummer. Yeah, no, I got nothing I can do on a bonus action. Yep. So I'll
Oh.
Can you dash to get there?
I did dash already
Oh.
to get in. Yeah.
See,
Unless as a large creature is my how does my it seems like my movement speed should really go up.
What
Yeah.
does the movement speed increase on a large piece like that?
It doesn't.
The stride, then you
Just
just think.
But 60 feet can't match the
Take relative
60
stuff.
feet.
Some of us
The
don't
Damon
move
moves?
60 feet.
Yeah, they both only move 60.
Damon
Did you-
moved.
did you
Damon
do
used
triple?
fleet feet and then did a regular movement action
Yeah,
on top of
so
that.
I-
So
Right,
Damon
which
was
is 60.
Fleet feet is 60 feet
Plus that
plus
dash.
30 more feet.
Okay, so you did an action move as well.
So, all right.
Yep, that's it for me.
The advisor, who's in the red there,
Who's he
Wait,
advising though?
no.
He's the dude that everyone's just been kind of running past.
It's that one that everyone's been ignoring. Might be relevant.
What? Don't.
He's
Don't
advising
wait.
from over there.
he is
Wait.
advising himself to move to a different position. That's his actions this turn. So that's going to move us down to
At the
Vaughn.
corner, I think you'd let him.
Yeah.
Vaughn, you're currently blessed.
No
Gonna
bacon.
get my-
Yeah,
my-
Where are we going?
I'm feeling blessed. I'm going to use my 35 feet of movement to get in. And as soon as I enter in and I see where George is at, I see where the Colossus is, I see where
Damon
Damon is
slumped
now.
over.
35 feet towards that direction.
Mhm.
I am going to hold up my crossbow like I am about to fire at the Colossus, and I'm going to essentially like mock finger gun with it, and I need an intelligence saving throw against the Colossus.
You go.
Yeah.
Pew, pew,
Hey,
pew.
what are you doing?
Do you feel lucky?
Yeah.
What would a dirty 20 get me?
That'll certainly do it.
Wait.
That'll certainly beat my DC of 17.
Wait. Hold on a second. Yeah.
Wait,
Get
wait.
this.
But before we start burning stuff, is that
Yeah.
a magical effect?
It's a cantrip. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
Oh wait, I'm gonna
We'll see.
We'll see how this
Yeah,
goes.
cool.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
This is a learning round.
This is-
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait for it.
Seeing absolutely no effect from
Yeah.
my bombardment into their mind, I'm gonna go ahead and actually shoot them with my crossbow.
You went, huh?
Just checking.
Fine.
Just checking.
Little psych out motion there.
And
21 is the number to meet or beat.
23, that'll do it. And that is going to come in at a very, very comfortable, let's see here, very minimal 7 points of radiant damage.
Radiant damage.
Yes.
That damages the Colossus.
And because I have attacked them with my essentially branded weapon, I'm going to choose to move my brand from George onto the Colossus moving forward.
All right, so you can track it.
So I can.
All right.
That's my turn.
Colossus takes 7 points of damage and is now marked there. All right, Vaughn.
I'm going to go again. And I'm going to.
You have another attack?
No, you said
Oh.
Vaughn. Yeah.
If you say it quick enough, you can't stop.
Your AC is a 16, so 17 would strike. From behind you,
No.
Shira steps out of the shadow.
Oh
That ever B word.
How much? 50 points of damage as both blades pierce through the back of your arm.
Numbers that big.
The tips poke straight out.
Worst sibling award goes to.
Did you say 50?
Did you say 50?
50 points of damage.
That's a big 5-0.
It's the 5-0.
You guys, this is going on.
You can hear her laughing as she steps back
Brashira,
and into the shadow.
Oh, baby.
Man. By any did Brashira step into the laughing glass?
Wearing any armor?
No.
Yes.
She just stepped backward into the shadow cast
Yeah.
from where Vaughn is sitting, because where Exotaurus is, the light's shining back that direction.
No, it's
Oh,
plus
baby.
armor.
All right, now we move down to George.
My
George,
back go.
Colossus' back is turned to you. You can see where Echo has
Pretty good.
obviously tried to defend you. The large wolf is there. You watch the Colossus strike
Oh, baby.
Damon and immediately drop him. And then you see Brashira step out of the shadow and stab Vaughn. He is now opened up on the back there, looking pretty bad.
He's got handles now.
Stab Bond? She stabbed Bond.
Yes, she did.
How far away?
For
From
George.
Vaughn
to say.
about 80 feet,
Here's-
85 feet.
Jeez. How close am I to the clock? I can't see much of any.
Colossus, you're here, so 5, 10, 15, about 15 feet worth of movement will bring you to him.
Okay, the disadvantage am I under? Did you gave me advantage? Do they cancel out?
Yeah.
Help.
So, any magical enhancement within that becomes a detriment.
So
The blessing
it's an
becomes,
ability, if that helps.
it is a holy ability through your paladin.
No,
Holy
it's,
ability,
it's
Batman.
master tactics. It's like me being good at
Oh!
distraction shit.
Tactical is
Martial.
different.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that is a non-magical based. What's that?
Saved it.
It's basically a martial ability.
Okay, so if it's a martial ability like that, that is not influenced by it. So,
Alright.
so yes,
Let me just do this.
those would not be a detriment. So yes, your disadvantage would become neutralized at that point. Straight
Okay, so am I prone?
roll. No, at this point you're back up on your feet.
And the condition of my back, what's my movement affected?
At this point, with that, you're not hampered on the movement. You would be hampered on the attack. The attack has been neutralized. The negative
Oh,
by his blessing there.
Okay.
Well,
Can I-
his tactical martial ability.
And
Mm-hmm.
also you have bless too, right? Is he
Yes.
blessed also? Okay,
Yes.
so plus a D4 to
Well, that
whatever.
blessing that he got was the martial ability. That he was talking-
No,
Bless
It's a magic
That's
effect.
spell is the D4. The advantage
Oh.
is the martial.
Okay, so the advantage is canceled out, but the D4 is still in effect, so it's a negative D4.
So
Negative.
do we?
Oh.
It is a magical bonus.
This is hurting?
What's that?
Like, can I tell that the bless is like actively making him crappy?
From-
Not
from
until
the-
an action is
We don't
going
know.
on.
From the last attack, right? Didn't something
But he
happen?
did not cancel it out during his action this round. Next round, he
Yeah,
can
right,
cancel
right.
the bless if he decides
yeah,
to
yeah.
do so. But
That's
right
fair.
now, it's active and in effect.
So can I position, I mostly attack, can I position myself to, get behind the Colossus
Absolutely.
and take my rapiers across the back of his knees?
If you wish to do a collective attack like that, again, typically if you're in a position like that, that would they would be unaware of you, I would give you advantage. But because you're choosing a very difficult spot to hit, that would give you a bit of a disadvantage on that. So it's going to cancel it out. Straight die roll.
And I'm also -4.
Unfortunately, yes, you would be at a
It's
negative
like,
4 in that
instead of
case.
bless, it's a bane.
Okay, so. Oh, wait, but
21 is the number to
No,
read.
it's -1 because you rolled a 1 on the D4.
-1,
-1, it's whatever,
but
yeah.
my bonus is up. Oh, there it is. To hit. So 26.
26 would hit. You would strike the kneecap.
You get hit with a 22.
That's 9, 13 points.
13. All right. I'm going to ask you odd or even.
If Jordan is doing
Even.
more damage than
Even. All right. It does not have a crippling or lasting effect on that blow. You did 13 points of damage. He had suffered 20 points of damage consecutively at this point.
So I dual wield to that.
You can do an additional attack on that.
16.
16 is not going to hit because I believe with dual wield, The second one does not get.
No, you get everything. That's
You
just
get
a Baldur's Gate.
Okay. It is. I have not had to brush up.
I
on
think it's
dual
the
wielding
damage
yet.
at the end doesn't get added on. So
know,
if you
yeah.
have dual wielder's feat, then you're able to apply your full modifier onto the second attack. If you do not, I believe it comes in as a straight roll
Right.
for the damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So unfortunately, that one did not. It glances off the armor.
Yeah, no
Okay.
difference.
All right. Any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Nice. Yeah.
Hunter's mark.
You can drop it. That
Let's
would
drop
certainly. All right. So now Vaughn has him marked. You have him marked. He's got these giant neon signs basically over his head. That's going to bring us back around top of the round. That is Exo turn. Exo, you see Damon is laying there unconscious and looking bad.
Feel the
Distance
shadow man.
is 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Can I tell what sort of injuries he has?
Crushing blow. Basically the Colossus, rather than hitting him with the weapon, just use the fist to smash Damon's rib cage and collapse it.
You didn't do that though, did you? No, I guess not.
Can I,
Rip removed all the time. I don't need them.
did I
It makes you
notice
more flexible, right?
with my passive that I noticed that Vaughn also was stabbed? I went like this.
I'd love to yell out or I said that yell behind you,
Okay.
but
sure you have stabbed me like
To the shadow behind me.
yeah, you're aware he didn't actually call anything out that happened. You're just aware that Vaughn has been injured or is in combat.
Okay. Then I will turn to Tarquin and say, "Brother Tarquin, cover the king." And I will run up to Damon, take a deep breath. Damon receives 7 hit points, and I lose 7 and receive his injury.
All right. So
Your rib cage.
It's like a balloon.
I would probably buckle and fall to the ground, and my armor would activate and stand me back up.
as you run up and touch Damon to transfer your health into Damon and then pull the injuries out of Damon onto yourself, you come to the realization that no, it wasn't just the rib cage, the spine and several other important points on Damon's body. were shattered. And you feel it, every bit of it, as it's transferred into you. And it takes the wind out of you, and you do buckle at the knees. And as you start to drop, the armor itself begins to activate. You all see the armor, his truss plate, begin to glow as it begins making these locking, kind of almost crunching sounds as it stands him back up into place. A bit of blood kind of he spits out of his mouth
That's
there.
a whole viscera.
And Damon, your eyes flutter open, and you can see the Colossus standing over you. But the Colossus is not looking at you. You can see the Colossus is looking right at Exotaurus at this moment. And any other actions, reactions?
Yes, I'm going to
Cow. Boy.
attempt to knock him prone.
Try to knock the Colossus.
My
prone?
shield.
Oh, be entertaining.
Yeah, I know.
2 Titans duking it out. All right, let's see. What do you got?
31.
Price is right. London.
We do
30.
numbers.
Ooh.
All right.
He takes no damage. He just hits the
As
ground.
you smash your shield into the Colossus, it hits the Colossus and it strikes the helmet of the Colossus and rips it off as the Colossus falls backward onto the ground.
Great. What's
His helmet comes off.
And
Is he bald?
as he hits the ground, George, you look down because you can't help but look at this massive creature falling in front of you
Which I
there.
think this curiosity
you look
will be
right at-
rewarded. Yeah.
You look right at your brother's face, but it is not him any longer. You can see the clockwork gears turning in his eyes. You can see his face has been stretched across the machinery.
Wait.
His mouth begins to work, and he is knocked prone directly in front of you, the terrace, the former sovereign of Granitegard.
I
All
will
right.
step over Damon, and with my last 2 attacks, slam my shield into his face.
In a Damon's face?
No.
Okay.
No, step over Damon
Okay.
and then shove my shield in the Colossus.
All right. I just, you said he, and like the last he you had spoken of
Oh.
with Damon. I'm like, well, that was
It's a dirty 20 for the first hit.
Dirty 20. As the Colossus is trying to turn itself up, the shield hits and kind of skips off the armor.
And then I will try to stab him with the Yokel with the second hit.
All right. I believe he's prone, so it's advantage on the attack.
Yep.
Yes, 27 to hit.
27 to hit. Stabs right into the face. You hear this horrible grinding noise as the clockwork pieces stop spinning for a moment.
It'd be 7 magical piercing.
7 magical piercing. That brings us up to 27 points of damage.
You really grounded gears.
I'm staying.
All right. That is the end of your action?
Yep.
Okay. The Colossus is going to use his movement to stand back up again. And grabs your Yiktuba and rips it out of his head and attempts to return it to you.
That's so generous.
Wait.
Oh my god.
That's so nice.
Oh my god.
He's a chill dude.
Is he like technically?
That is another natural 20.
No.
A reaction to activate the shield and warding flare.
And
That makes you reroll.
Like it.
Don't do it again, Will.
you were destined to be hit, young sir.
Cool.
That would be another natural 20.
Oh my god, it's the second time I said don't roll that one. You roll. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I know.
All
I'm gonna
right.
keep my mouth shut.
Bring back Gilda
Stop.
while you're at it.
Like, you'll keep that up, brother. That's fantastic. Damage for your was how many d6?
It's 1d8 plus his strength.
1d8 plus his strength, so
And
5. That's going to be.
The truss armor is adamantine, so it'll be normal damage.
All right. Then you are going to pay.
I need you guys to trip this guy.
So
for me.
5. That's going to be 13 points of
The
damage.
dog's gonna cook.
And that is the end of the Colossus action at this point. Tarquin, it is yours.
All right. As Exotaurus is engaged, I'm like, what, 50 feet away, 40 feet away?
From Vaughn, you were 5, 10 feet from Vaughn. You were 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, roughly 30 feet away from the Colossus.
30 feet, great. I will do my 40 feet, kind of come under Exotaurus's shield and thrust 2 quick stabberoonies into X-King's tummy.
Ex-King's tummy. All right.
You're
The
gonna
ex-sovereign. Moving forward, places you
I
right.
say, unbless you. Okay, not suitor. So it's going to be a 14 and a 21.
Oh.
21 is the number to meet or beat.
So remember your D4 from being big.
Oh yeah, you're baked.
Or damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has Bane.
So
Has
I'm gonna
again.
put a second level smite.
It
If smites heal him, I am crying.
Okay.
You look at us well.
Here's a reroll.
Look me in the eye, Will.
Okay. So that is going to be 12, 16, 4, 1, 5, 40 plus, so 49 mixed divine fire piercing.
49 points of damage.
Yep. And then I'm going to circle the Colossus and get next to George
All right.
and kind of put my big or small shield in front of him.
It's big. It's
Big
big.
shield.
It's to scale.
With
Everything
the power
is
of
to scale.
science.
Yeah, there's really no way for you to get in between. There's no way really for you to get in between.
Yeah,
But
play
you
like I'm
kind
just
of
up.
it does kind of block echoes.
Distinguishable from
Things
heresy.
beside All right. So
Using giant squad.
Oh, bonus action, because I have that now. I'm gonna use Master of Tactics. I'm going to, as I'm pulling out the spear, I want to try and just ever so slightly turn the Colossus and give Exotaurus advantage. That's how I'm going to help him on his next attack.
all right. So
Open up a opening.
It's flavor.
basically you're gonna change his position just slightly.
Yeah, it's just help action.
Okay, there we go. And that takes care of everything you've got?
Yep.
Move over to the Grievesman.
Where's this Jabron?
All right. And he sticks both of his axes into George's man and drops him.
Rude.
All right. And that is his. Actually, tell you what.
Killing all our friends.
Over
Yeah.
here.
Who just went down?
Some guy.
All right.
The term.
His name was Fred.
Say it. Say
It
his
was
name.
Mook 3. Okay.
We don't know.
All right.
No,
That finishes his action.
That was
Mary.
Can you please move me?
As you
30?
begin to start your movement, you hear a rustling with the wind as the sound of dust particles hitting itself. And that woman that was destroyed by the Colossus reconsolidates behind you. And she looks over at you and nods to you and points at the Colossus.
Feet towards the Colossus.
Oh, and she is pulled along with you.
I am going to harm on the Colossus.
Oh.
And I need a con save, please.
Con save. Glad you chose that. Those letter ones.
If I
hope this isn't my
consider
right.
the Colossus an ally, do they get negative aura?
Yeah, that's not how that works.
It's great.
So,
both
what's the
big.
DC to be?
Crap.
16.
16. The Colossus, it saves.
Okay.
It does take half damage.
Yeah, it's half damage.
Oh yeah.
Do you need any dice? Oh, that's a lot of dice.
What kind of magic would robots not like?
Guy over here.
That's why I asked.
Is this a joke? Is like a knock-knock joke?
No, I have a choice.
2 damage.
22.
Lightning?
All right.
Lightning?
And
Go ahead.
and I would also like to
Acid? I have acid.
give Damon 30 hit points with my channel divinity.
Oh.
Whoa.
No, not now. Don't bless anybody. 30 points of damage.
So you're channeling 30 points of divinity
Uh-oh.
into Damon.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh no.
Damon, you get 30 hit points.
That's very funny.
Smite would heal.
You were about to reach like counter spelling.
All right.
Levels of
Mary, as you are throwing the heal over towards Damon and channeling the divine energies, you're also casting and tossing the harm at the Colossus there. And as it strikes the Colossus staggers back, and you hear this sound from deep inside the Colossus as it drops to one knee, and there's this huge burst of steam that comes out of the Colossus.
You say.
And we're going to be going to break. So please join us as we come back to see what happens here.
You broke my dance.
Welcome back. Yip. We're going to pick back up with you.
Ooh.
From the kitchen, you are returning with the 2 cups of tea, got a little bit pinch of honey each one of them. Smell the chamomile coming up. And as you approach the door that leads down into where the kobolds are, about a half a dozen kobolds race past you in a panic. And the door is left open. And from down in there, you can hear murmur of various voices. They seem to be under duress.
Very quickly going down, still holding the tea, I should mind you, but very quickly rushing down those stairs now.
As you hit the base of the stairs and look out across the kobold sanctuary here, you see the Alpha Mother laying on the pillows where you had left her. But standing over her is retake, with a blade in one hand that is dripping blood. You can see the crimson pouring out from the wound in her chest as she lays still. And in the other arm, he is cradling the egg for the new Alpha Mother.
Oh,
And he pivots and looks towards you
you gotta go.
and points at you. And he's like, "This is your fault." What do you do?
Quickly, just check this real quick. Gold.
Hold, please.
As you begin thinking of what you
No,
need
no.
to do.
I was just gonna say, instantly, the recognition hits her face. In the few seconds that she managed to process the situation, and she casts Blight.
You can pass what?
Blight.
Blight. Interesting.
On him.
All right.
Where did I put my spell cards? I have lost them.
It's
All right.
Oh no.
It's 8d6 necrotic damage.
8d6 necrotic.
What's the save?
Eight.
That's
Eight.
what I heard.
What is the
No, if
save?
you're wrong, it's
This-
88.
88. Ooh.
So it's
Big spell.
Yeah.
what is your DC on that?
That is a
There's 3.
17.
17. All right. And it's a wisdom, constitution, intelligence. What do you say with
Con.
con save?
Could
It's a
be.
20%.
Okay, but he still takes half damage. Nope. Yep. Yep. Half damage still.
Mhm.
Ooh.
But not improvement.
6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 30. Yep.
Enough.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
33.
33. So he's taking half of that. That's going to be.
Oh, right.
33, 15,
16,
17, 17.
17.
Well, you round
Because
up.
we always-
you
I
round
always
down
round
for
up.
damage.
You do?
I always round up for the player,
17.
but I also hit the player with the roundup as well. So 17.
Ah.
All righty. As he
Almost
I
an
was in the mall.
instinctual reaction to seeing him. I want to point that out.
Mhm.
She sees him instantly.
As you strike him
It's
with your
on.
spell there, he takes the hand with the blade and waves it around a bit. And as he does so, these little strange spots of blackness begin to pop and sizzle about him there. And he looks over at you. He's like, "You chose the humans of your own kind. I warned her. But now I have the Alpha Mother. I will raise her correctly to serve the elves. These humans did nothing to
You
us. They
will
let
have
us
to
die.
get through me first.
That. Very prepared.
Because this is my clan to protect.
It is
I'd like
initiative.
her wings unfoil to make herself look bigger.
Heck yeah.
All right, initiative.
She takes a sip of her tea.
That would be
Obviously, she would have dropped the, the porcelain glass.
21.
Not the porcelain.
Hip, 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 hip.
Hey, I only have a 15.
What?
I only have
15? All right.
so you have
Your
to
full
go.
name.
The shaman gets to go first there.
Yip, yip, Kelly.
And in a retaliation to what you have done, he takes that blade and runs it on his arm and slices it open. And as the blood begins to flow out of his arm, it
I know
turns
this
into
song.
a nasty swarm of stinging insects as it races off of him
Oh,
Remind-
towards you. That is an 18 Constitution save.
Constitution save. Wow, my favorite Constitution save.
Sneezes.
Thank God for icon. That is a math and head hard.
So less than 18.
Less than 18, but it's not bad.
Okay, so at 18. Leslie, you didn't make it 18, so all right. So
You are going in dice
for
jail.
8 rounds,
I'm diced.
taking
I'll
1
speak
damage
to you.
each round.
You're
1
the
point of
Lord of
damage
the
each
Dice
round.
roll.
Huh?
You'll take 1 point of damage for the next 8 rounds. So this round you take 1 point of damage. However, each time that you go to cast a spell, you now must do a concentration check to make the spell work. And he, at this point, begins to pivot and move himself from the position where he was in. You can see the kobolds in the cave begin to scatter. What is your action?
Oh boy. This is a fun spell.
You cast knife. You can't.
So how
Casting
do we
knife
do
go
that?
though? Have you
From
found it?
where you are, it is
effective?
about 35 feet.
Okay. So yip yip steps. So yip yip. All of a sudden, can I say that in a moment of stress, rather than having to make her roll to fly again, can she just fly over to him?
I think that sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what we can do under duress. Except when people shove you out of windows. Panic is a little different.
I like that. Like that.
Defenestration.
And
Very neat.
this is gonna be very fun. As she grabs the eggs with two of her hands.
You're gonna try to take it out of his hand?
Mhm.
All right. That'd be a contest of strength. That would be a 17.
She's even just trying to hold on to it partially. Like, at the very least, she's not gonna let go of that egg.
All right. Can you meet or beat a 17?
Don't want to hit the
Oh, no,
you
you're
know the thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I need a dice that's not gonna curse me. Oop.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great. Nice formats.
That is. We said, what did you roll?
17.
That was an 18 minus 1, so 17.
17. All right. Basically, at this point, the two of you are just kind of, no, mine, no, mine, no, mine. Pulling back and forth on the egg.
Was that an action to do that?
Absolutely.
We're gonna end with a.
I think so.
Oh.
Something for you to keep in mind later.
What was it? What was the thing to use that?
It's a range attack.
No, but can I?
Yeah.
It would
No
be an
stabbing.
action for you.
That. Okay. Well, that counters that.
Surprise tool to help us later.
I don't really have a lot here now that I'm thinking about it. I don't have any bonus action spells.
All right. Well, that would end this round.
Yeah.
All right. So the retake looks at you as you close the distance. You've got one arm back and forth. He takes that blade, the same one he killed the Alpha Mother with, and smiles at you, rubs his finger over it for a brief moment, and slices the finger open. As it does, the blood flows down the blade and into it, and it kind of glows green for a split second, and he goes to stick it into your side.
You're telling me he lets go of the egg with both hands?
Hmm?
You're telling me he lets go of the egg with both hands?
Nope. He's holding it here. He has the blade out, runs
You
it.
got it. You got it.
Wait, does he also have a third arm?
He went to reach his finger out to slice on the blade to do it.
He just ran his thumb across it.
Sure.
Yep.
So that is going to be a 19.
Now that hits.
And I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Can I have a die that likes me?
What is subjective?
More jail?
That's this down. This one explicitly told me.
Oh yeah, this one I have on good authority. That likes you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. From Vaughn.
Wait.
That landed on its side. That landed on a corner because it got stuck there.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's not bad, but it's not great. You said it was a con save?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 9.
That is a 9. Unfortunately, that does not meet or beat the number that you needed to. All right. So you
I
take
think
3,
all dice hate me
you
today.
take 3 points of
I'm
damage
sorry.
from the blade, and then you feel fire coursing out in your body from where the blade punctured in as the toxin begins to course through your body. You take an additional 15 points of poison damage. And that is the end of his actions this round as he tightens his grip on the egg there and has the blade sticking in your side as he's smiling at you.
Thing in my head because I'm trying to see 99 minus that plus minus that.
Are you trying to just keep track?
Yeah.
Oh,
You want write? You can write it. Wrap it up.
99 minus 13 minus.
You wanna try my mini die?
Oh yeah, here
Yes,
we go. Here
please,
we go.
anyone Other than what I currently have.
Okay, we got you. We got you. We'll keep you full. So many. Here, I got a good feeling about
okay.
this one.
So was that the end of his turn?
That is the end of his
Does anyone have any dice?
So
Or two.
no idea how this is gonna work.
This is where you should.
Yeah.
Can I dimension door away while holding the egg? Since I have a grip on it too.
Dimension door lets you bring a person
Yeah.
with you.
And the egg's a person
But yeah, the egg's a person.
at conception.
Is
I am going to rule. Yes.
Yep. Suddenly, dimension doors back away, probably like a good 60-ish feet.
You got the-
And,
Well, that would
You-
put
you
you
got
at the
the-
very edge of this room. If you go any further, you're going to try to dimension door into solid earth.
yeah, I know.
Straight up.
I don't want to leave the room because then I still have to fight him.
Hit him with the egg, man.
Hey, it's your
You
choice.
can go.
Yeah,
up to-
it's your
you
choice.
can go up to 500 feet. You don't have to
Basically,
wait.
she is now back to the other side of the wall,
Mhm.
holding the egg, very defensively with one of her wings curled around it. I will not let you hurt the future of this plan.
He spits and snarls at you at this particular point. And any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Again, none of my spells, other than Misty Step, is a bonus action. So, no.
All right. That's the top of the round. He reaches into his bag that he has and grabs out this handful of spider legs. And as he throws them towards the floor, he begins snarling and sounds like dark speak. And as they strike and hit the floor as they're hitting across,
Dark speak. I know how to speak it. Dark speak.
each one of them begins to turn into a spider and enlarge. And now there are
This is how we
4
get spiders in the basement.
medium-sized spiders in the room here.
Oh, no.
We just got rid of.
And jumping
our
back
hard
over
works.
to Newtown. And as we had left off with our friends over in Newtown,
Thing I always keep my
that would bring us to Damon's action.
Oh,
Damon,
thank you for matching me.
life returns to, not life, but consciousness returns to you as the hit points begin to flow in from Exotours. Your eyes flutter open. You hear Mary call your name, and you can, as you look up, you see her reaching out towards you. You can feel, even though the broken bones and such have been taken away by Exo, you can feel energy coursing through your body as Mary is directing her healing power towards you there. And kind of sit up and look up. You can see that Exo has put himself between the Colossus and yourself. The Colossus is now on one knee, kind of making strange sputtering sounds, and then this big gout of steam came out of it, and it stopped moving for a moment.
Yes. I'm going to get up, have my movement, and I'm going to look at the armor-clad men around me and realize this is not my fight. And I'm going to step into the shadows.
Okay, Damon, I think we could take him.
All right.
Hope we locked out.
The shadow realm. What do I see?
What do you see?
Yes.
All right. As you look,
Yeah, that's what I.
and as you are looking across to her, she's looking directly at you and she's smiling as the blades are coming out, and you can see her kind of flipping them very dramatically, as like almost like, what are you going to do? What is your action, Damon?
Standoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, cowboy doing. I'm going to look at her.
Blue steel.
It's parallel.
Everything that Malicent has promised you.
Everything that Melisande has promised me is
You
coming
do
true.
realize you are a puppet.
Better to serve on the side of those who are going to win than be a slave like the rest of these fools.
What slaves do you see they have free will?
Not for long.
You do realize
When the
that if
Forge
you cross
Master's
her,
army,
you will die.
I plan to serve her very loyally.
What did she promise you?
She saved me
From what?
from the horrors inside.
A destruction that she caused.
As we had destroyed her people, it was humans that did this to me. And she pulls it down, and you can get a really good look up a personal at what has been done to her face. And you can see that the skin has been cut away to expose the musculature. You can see that the nose is cut back and is gone. And it is just horribly healed over. And then she pulls it back up. It wasn't an elf that did that. It wasn't a orc or any other monster. It was a human that did that to me. And you think that they're any better than these beasts that run around?
No. Not everyone. You got crossed by a bad human. It happens.
Bad human abandoned by my family, left to die in that.
You were not.
city?
You were not abandoned.
Well, where was this one? And where was your Vaughn? I
He
tell
was
you,
a child, like you.
again, now that we're adults, let's find out what happens here with this. And she pulls both of her arms back to begin to make the thrusting action towards George.
Can I? I won't pull my daggers. How far away am I from her?
20 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go run in front of George and I'll take the hit.
You're gonna take the hit?
Yeah.
Can I reaction throw my shield?
I'm in the shadow realm.
Unfortunately, at this point, you can't see what's happening where they are.
Buddy.
All right. The die has been cast. Well, actually, not yet exactly, but we'll see. Yeah, that is.
Would I be able to know before you say your funny little number? Can I go ahead and use my uncanny dodge?
Yes.
Interesting.
My total on that is going to be a 30.
Okay.
15.
So I take 15.
15. All right.
We are
Both the
up.
blades, where they would have struck George squarely in the back, as you kind of twist, they pass on both sides of you here, and it does open up the skin, but
Yummy.
it is just along the surface there, and it feels terrible, but you only take 15 points of damage. And she hisses when you do that, and she looks at you. She's like, "Well, you got this one, but I tell you what, how about her over there?" And steps behind Mary.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Maybe my mom.
How can you do that?
I get it. I'm the worst.
Any actions, reactions, bonus action?
No, I got nothing else.
All right.
Well, wait. How far away is she from me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
I'll be
About
okay.
40 feet.
I'll start making my.
It's like hop.
Hang on. Wait. Hang on now. Actually.
Don't worry about me.
I got you. You saved me.
I haven't even been hit
Still
yet.
have my bonus action,
it that
which
way.
allows me to fleet foot and dash my way over there. So with my remaining
it's
10
cutting
feet, I
out.
would also like to, as much as I can get over there with fleet foot. So,
Hey,
Well, with
hey,
fleet feet, that gets you 60 feet.
yep, get me right.
So if you wanted to, you could either be behind. Unfortunately, getting in front of Mary there is going to require a physical interaction of some nature.
Whose side are you on?
I'm not even.
I'll take the hit again.
All right. You're going to try to take the hit?
Yep.
In this particular case, we are going to do a roll off on that
Okay.
because this one you're racing to jump over there on that. You may add your dexterity to your die roll. And what
That's really
did you-
good.
I got 9.
9.
Yep.
Ooh. You win.
Yes.
All right. You
No.
take 15 more points of damage as you stand between Mary and
We have shared
One
custody.
bill?
That's
Bashira.
Shoot.
And
Okay,
Bashira
each
at
stab
this point is looking at you, quite upset. And he smiles at you and disappears back
What?
into the shadow. As she-
And then, wait.
You've never been to the super shadow?
in the same jump that you've been able to do before with the shadow, it's she's gone here and over there.
Okay.
So you're able to track where she goes, but she's not there and has moved again.
Okay.
Although she's not into an attack position, she has moved herself to reassess what's going on. You're the only one that can currently see her.
Got it. That's the end of my turn.
All right. That is going to move us down back to the Colossus. And with a whirl and a click sound, the Colossus stands fully erect again. And the head is kind of tilted off, clacks back up. You can see the gears lock themselves back into place again. And there's another gout of steam as the Colossus looks to be in repair mode and bringing everything back on.
Hey,
And
but he has an anti-magic field, so shouldn't those repairs actually be like unrepaired?
Yeah, they're alchemical though.
I'm sorry, it's not the way it's working there. And after a second or two,
Thanks.
it looks over at
Brochure.
I want some. I want some.
that's a 180-degree arc right there.
No, never mind.
Oh.
George Tarquin and Exotaurus. A 23. Hit. Do
I'm not
you-
within 5 of George anymore, am I?
That wasn't
There's
damage, right?
5 feet between you.
To hit.
Oh.
So 10 feet.
So yeah,
23 to hit.
yeah, 23 hit.
Don't worry, I can
Tarquin, you got a 19, right?
that'll hit. But I will use my reaction to impose disadvantage, I assume, on the hit against just George, because I don't think it can.
It is a cleave action. It's an area effect.
Sure.
So it's
It's
not.
a roll to hit, so
All right. I tell you what. For him, I will re-roll that and get a 24.
oh,
So
Try.
well,
Worth a try.
we'll stay with the 23. Everybody within the swing there takes 30 points of damage,
It's not cheap.
I got
You were right.
and that is going to be his action there. That moves us down to Echo.
All right.
That's 30 collectively.
Right.
Here's how to put it.
Split amongst.
Wait, 10 each?
I'll take
30
one.
points each.
Oh, all right.
Good luck,
That's what I
guys.
thought you said, yeah.
Good try.
Bonus
Hey,
action.
listen. Well, Matt.
Bonus action. Guy is going to try
Is
and.
completely behind him, so she
Yep.
would have an advantage on the attack.
She would not.
She would have an advantage on the
Oh,
attack.
okay.
He-
She is going to attack him, so he needs to make a DC 13 strength save.
DC 13.
Good luck.
All right. Holy crap! I rolled a 2.
Oh,
30
Plus
2 plus 12 gets me 14.
Oh, what up?
Oh my god.
Does anyone have
This
a
might be
copper?
Oh yeah, this is the copper.
Uh-huh.
I have a copper. I didn't bring it with me though.
Oh,
Oh,
I
too
feel
bad.
you're good for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I give you, I give you an IOU.
Has to be on hand to spend
Alright.
it.
Oh, your credit's no good here.
But
Gold coin.
it
where
would be
you go?
cool though.
It would be cool, but I'm not cool. My daughter tells me that.
I've got.
Get in the comments.
I only needed 2.
Wait.
Thank
Oh.
you, sir. This is a
All right.
copper. It's a D4.
D4
All right, I will be reducing
Making him a
this
base.
by 4,
by
which
4.
will mean he falls prone.
yeah.
Meaning
That's awesome.
this is a crit.
And back down he goes.
Yay.
How many times have you fallen already? It's been like
Get him, Doggy.
up, down, up, down.
Okay,
It's time to examine your warranty.
that'll be a 21 to hit.
21 would meet or beat the armor class on that.
Okay, all right. So that is going to be 22 damage plus
Oh, I like the sound of that.
15. So that'll be 37. 37 dog damage.
Dog.
And then
So basically, as Sky bites into his leg and begins shaking, it knocks him onto the ground as he slams backward. She bites down on the face, which is like the most vulnerable part, and begins just shaking everything she's got. You can hear her
girl.
cracking one of her teeth, but she's just tearing up gears and
Wow.
shredding into it.
she's doing it again.
Oh, yes.
That'll be a higher roll to hit.
If it beat a 21, just roll your
Yeah.
damage.
So that'll be another 22 plus the exact same thing, another 37.
Wow.
74 points of
And
damage.
Echo, just seeing all this chaos, seeing this elf and this guy who looks like one of the Vaughn's family, I am so sick of all of your families. And he is going to jump on top of the prone Colossus, and you just see him kind of like, and then a burst of lightning is going to come out of his mouth, and he's going to do it. It's a giant cone, but he's literally going to go like basically mouth to mouth with this guy and just blast it at point blank into the ground. And it hits nobody but himself.
Basically, you just point blank a shotgun like birdshot. All right.
Shocking, isn't it?
So that'll be. Can I borrow some d6s?
Yeah.
What do you want?
How many?
What do you need?
Here.
I'm good now, thank you.
No, take more, take more.
That'll be a dex save, which I think it'll have disadvantage on because it's prone.
Peggy prone.
Dexterity save.
Fly
Going to assume
like a D6.
Like a D6.
6.
oh, that a 14 is not going to do anything.
No. Okay, that'll be 23 lightning damage as
Wow.
Echo shoots a beam of energy out of his mouth. Oh my god.
Are you still wearing the clown nose?
Yes. One of the like with my third arm, I'm just gonna slap him in the face. It doesn't do any damage. And that is my turn.
It's pride.
All right. We move to the
It was everything I wanted to.
George's
Thank
men. So
The George's men by the Reverend have to make a Constitution saving
Oh.
throw.
And could you move me within 5 feet of everybody, by the way, Echo's Mini? I assume to have mounted the Colossus.
Well, any that were laughing still need to make the con saving throw.
Yay! On top of
Nice.
top on top.
Nice.
what is the DC on that?
18.
Amazing.
Failed by 1. They think it's hilarious that what's
Stay
going
prone.
on. All right. So those 3 go into action. And they stick some holes in the Concordance guy. Moving down to Reverend Goodberries.
Okay. But now I'm still wreathed in shadow. I tried to stab this guy, completely missed. But now I'm set to redeem myself. I take a deep breath, and I remember Echo's training. And
Look at what your master is doing right now.
I'm like,
More
I
kissing.
gotta be like that. And I look deep within me, and I take my rapier and I flourish it, and then I vanish. And then I'm going to appear next to 5 enemies. And I've already rolled the damage, but I'm gonna roll a d20 attack against each one of them. But here's what I want to ask. I'm casting Steel Wind Strike. I disappear. When I disappear and teleport, can I see into the shadows?
Cool. It's cool.
This is a 5th level spell.
Be cool, DM. Be cool.
Cool. Tell me odd.
Cool, honeymoon.
Or even
Whatever's the right one.
Always odd.
odd.
Always.
Always
How
never. Yeah.
How
was
odd?
So odd.
Very odd.
All right, Reverend.
Of odds.
As you invoke this ability, as you step into the shadow realm there,
Mhm.
as you can see Bashira, you can see Damon, and the rest of everybody else is obscured. Not obscured, but they're outlined kind of in the shadowy. They don't have the same definitions that they would in normal vision as you.
This is gone.
So as I'm
That's
moving
1,
through, I'm
2,
looking around like
3,
this
4,
is what
5.
Damon sees all the time. All right. So what's the AC of the
These guys are 16.
concordance? Okay.
Bashira is a 21.
Okay. Concordance.
Where is she? Could
Shadow
you say
realm.
where?
Okay. 19
19 would
Hits.
hit him.
for 41 damage.
Oh my god.
If
All
I could
right,
see
yeah,
you,
he,
I'd be
he
proud
drops.
right now.
Next guy is it hits for also 41 damage.
He drops. They look quite confused.
Teleport to the next one. Also hits
What
for
is-
41 damage.
Bashira is the next one in line.
Anyone within I'm going just 30 feet. Just boom, boom, boom. I want her last.
Um,
So I drop a 4th or a 3rd guy.
okay, he would be down.
Control.
I'm gonna drop a 4th guy.
18 for the Grievesman.
All right, the Grievesman. I rolled an 18 on the die
Okay, 18 on the die would hit the Grievesman.
for 41.
41 points of damage. Grievesman is grievously wounded.
Wow.
Say that.
And
Forget
then
fast.
lastly for Bashira,
21.
Yes.
I am heavily obscured by the shadow of Moyle.
Mhm.
Advantage?
I should. Okay, so yep, so that is a 17 on the die, so a plus 9, 26.
26.
Takes 41 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Bash.
Yeah.
So I teleport, stab, 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 and then I teleport next to Bashira. And I look at her and I say, "You're not gonna hurt my friends again."
You take the time to do that?
As you
I
do
think
it.
that-
At the same time.
Oh,
How'd you do it?
as you do it,
You're not gonna hurt me?
she's able to invoke her uncanny dodge on that.
Oh, whatever.
After-
All about the cool.
So
You
true.
say that, you stab into her, and
That's pretty cool.
she like looks up at you from way she was looking at Damon, and she's like, "You were next."
See about
Why would you do this to me?
All right. That is anything else? Any actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Well, then I will teleport to I will see that she says that. I will see one of these and I do one more teleport to within 5 feet of the Grievesman. So
So do you just pop back into play and then a bunch of guys just fall over
Yes.
dead?
Wow.
All
Who's
right.
back?
You're within 5 feet of the Grievesman there.
I am still wreathed in the shadow oil. It is not darkness. I am still heavily obscured. So any attacks have disadvantage against me.
Unless you are somebody who's a master of shadows.
And then I look over to I can't see Naaman anymore. I look over to Vaughn, who's also having a hard time. Or no, to the king. And I say, King George, take one of these. And I give him a bardic inspiration. So it's now D10.
Nice.
Okay, and that's it.
All right.
Bardic inspiration, you can use it on your attack roll.
And you are back.
Here.
And I see all these guys drop. I did it!
Skeech, it's your action. What are you doing?
I'm going to look at the pile of giggling men at my feet. You stay there. And I'm going to turn, and I'm going to continue with my plan, which was to go face the Grievesmen. Hey, that's fine. Which I have measured it as 30 feet to get me there. And on the way, do I pass over any or pass? I'm going to pass by one of the corpses of George's men. And I'm going to pick up one of the shields bearing the Granitegard symbol.
Yes.
And I'm going to look at him and say, why don't you fight somebody your own size? And I'm going to strike at him with the longsword.
All right.
Which will be wreathed in flame.
Heck yes.
So with a total of a 17 there. It was an 18, right?
Yep.
All right. For the bonus action attack, that is going to be a 19 on the dice.
That would strike.
And I'm going to invoke Fury of the Small.
Rolled in.
So that's going to be this plus 12. That's an even 40 damage.
All right. So Skeech, as you turn from the giggling guys over there, you run, hop up to the table, kind of slide across it, hit the ground, and as you're doing that, hitting the ground, you're coming back up, you grab the shield up into your hand, you've got the long sword. As this is happening, the Reverend's and you just see the Concordance guy is falling, and the Grievesman gets hit from behind as he kind of doubles over and stands back up. As he's coming back up from the hit from the Reverend, your sword hits in and passes through from the back out the front. And he looks down and quite surprised as he drops both of his axes, falls to his knees, and then falls over to the side.
Yay.
The Concordance man turns around at this point, looking quite shocked at what's going on around him as you are pulling your blade back up and out of the
Yeah,
Grievesman.
are there any of George's men left on this side of the room?
No.
I'm gonna say, it's pretty cool though, right, Rev? And I'm gonna just look at this ball of shadowy energy. It does a hand with a thumbs up. Just but having that shield will bump my AC up by 2. Because I am a knight of Granitegard and I am battle trained.
I am on fire tonight.
No.
A natural 20 strikes you, Echo.
I didn't
Me?
say anything.
Okay.
I didn't do that.
Hold on. I
Stop.
have about 100 reactions here. All right. I have one. This won't save me, but it will. It's a petty attack back.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution save.
Ow.
You're looking for a 16.
I rolled a straight 19 without
Okay.
adding my bonus.
Well, oops, that's the wrong die. You still take damage. You just don't lose your movement. You take 8 cold damage. As whatever you do to me, it's cold when it happens.
So as Echo starts to try to deliver his cool line, the fist strikes Echo, and much like what happened with Damon,
Hello.
folds him in half and zeroes him out.
Uh-oh.
As when it hits him,
Wait, does the extra arm like catch your head though?
you can see
Can't
that
getting
it
a
actually
concussion.
his body bends in such a way that it shouldn't,
Oh.
I am flexible.
and he rolls and falls off to the side at 0 hit points.
Scum.
Wait. Am I dead?
Not yet. You just zeroed out.
Hear me out.
Does it do an amount of damage?
It's an ability that this creature has.
So you can't multiply that amount by 3, for example.
Negative.
Okay. Understood.
It's a killing blow is what this move is called.
Wow.
So my
That could mean anybody.
It just tickles.
Yeah. The tickling.
So
Was I able to use my reaction?
oh wait. This is literally for a killing blow.
Oh.
Aha.
Custom tailored.
Read it. The loyal to the end.
Oh.
If within 15 feet of the owner, the direwolf can sacrifice itself to save its master from a critical strike or killing blow. The wolf takes maximum damage from the attack regardless of what was rolled. So nothing. If it is a critical blow, the direwolf takes 3 times the damage.
All right. So Sky, in this case, will take the effect from you at 3 times its value.
Can I
Because
use my reaction to throw my shield?
For this, what is the range of your reaction on that?
It's 30 feet.
Does it? Let's see.
Dog.
It is 30 feet. Am I in range?
You are
No,
within range of that.
I'd rather hit Echo.
But it is a natural 20. You'll have to roll a natural 20.
Just close.
Stand up.
I have
No.
to roll
She cooked
an-
till the end.
Disadvantage.
Oh.
Making melee attack when it hits the ground.
From this particular thing is not like that. It is a based ability on this creature. There's certain wording on things that allow the rules to go certain directions, and this is one of those.
Semantics.
I understand. It's,
So
it's a very good question to ask.
Full vote.
I would be too.
So, continuing.
She doesn't.
You're not in this combat. You argue with him. Say you don't have a vested interest.
I do have a vested interest. I got a 25.
That was a natural 20 in there?
No, it was
Not
an 8.
top a natural 20.
Okay.
All right. As Sky jumps forward and knocks Echo
I know.
off, rather than zeroing
she
you
doesn't.
out, killing blow punches through Sky
Oh.
and splits her in half.
Oh.
Sky's
family.
corpse skitters across the floor.
Oh. Better them than the dog.
Just like, ow.
Echo is incensed, as you could imagine. Not now.
Nope. That was the actions that the Colossus had. That brings us to Anna.
How far am I from the Colossus right now?
You can close the gap if you move 30 feet.
Okay, and how far am I from the advisor right now?
From the advisor.
Sorry.
You would not make it to the advisor unless you dash.
Advise this.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll move to the Colossus. Wait. I mean, actually, I would love to dash to the advisor. I'm sorry if I can retcon that. He's been too quiet. He's doing sneaky stuff.
Make it.
Great. Yep. And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Thundering Smite at yeah. Okay. Let's say 3rd level. Yeah.
I don't like that expression.
I mean, he did just split a dog in two, so how would you feel?
Expression popped up now.
You got Thundering Smite all ready to roll?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, that's the end of your actions, reactions, bonus actions.
Nope, that's it. I can't. I
Alright.
can't hit him. It's just next time I hit, I can choose to use it if I want.
The advisor who was attempting to flee to the stairwell stops his motion at this point since you caught up to him. This big armor
Yeah.
running up with your hammer up in the air, ready to bash this guy.
With the
Wrestling
distant
with
view.
energy.
Yeah.
He pivots back around to face you
And
Looks
we-
up.
and puts both of his hands up. I surrender.
No, master.
No quarter.
Oh.
We
Um,
can do better than
Yeah.
War crime time.
Can I? How
It's only war crime.
does he look nefarious? Does he look like underhanded? Does he look like he has been powering the Colossus or anything? Does he look particularly magical?
He looks like a smarmy
There's a wet spot.
Oh, smart.
middle management government official.
We'll figure it out in the autopsy.
There's like a pencil mustache.
Can I do non-lethal damage?
Absolutely, you can.
Oh,
Great, great.
some of it can be. I didn't think of that.
Did and then
Roll to sleep. Go to sleep.
honestly, sure, you just don't look very trustworthy. I'm sorry.
Well, if you thinking you roll for it, he's not really surrendering.
That's
I think you should go
exactly.
roll.
Action movie roll.
Okay, it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be he's so bonkable right now.
Oh, yeah. They're
Like a 21.
21. All right, you're able to deliver the blow without causing any supposedly long-term damage to the individual. Although head trauma tends to cause all kinds of terrible things later on in
I
life.
think it'll just improve.
And he's booped.
Well, it's to have
Okay, classic 500 foot blast.
Yes. So he is concussed and he drops to his knees, crying at this point that you've struck him in the head.
Wait, but I thought he was bonked, like to unconsciousness. Like,
Oh,
Unconscious crime.
unconscious ball? Oh,
Yeah.
you went for the full.
non-lethal.
Oh no,
but
I got you.
but-
Now I'm tracking where you. I thought it was.
like a quick little bonk.
All right,
yeah,
so
like
yeah,
that will be bonked.
yeah. Well, lights out. He's done.
Great. No.
Yeah, he had 5 hit points.
Oh, what?
It is. He's knocked out.
Had
He's non-lethally sleeping.
Great,
Although he probably require some minor medical.
You heroically knocked out the old.
Yes.
Old men are my
Welcome-
nemesis.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I recommend a brick next time.
So he's down.
Okay.
That would move us to the advisor, but he's out.
Yeah, that's
Let's go
right.
ahead and look at Vaughn at this
Okay,
point.
Good. Yeah.
This is wild. I'm going to use a new ability that I got from coming back across from the Veil. And at the start of my turn, I'm going to use for free my Veil Stride ability and step into the ethereal plane. And I want to know what I can see.
As you stretch across here into the ethereal plane, it is the direct opposite of what Damon sees when he steps to the shadow into things. Rather than that black and purple view of the world, it is whites and grays on that end of things. You can see Shira, you can see Damon, you can see the Reverend. And all is revealed at this point, and you can see that the elf looks very different on this side of the house. You see the beautiful woman that she was in life, and it looks very much like Mary.
Kind of like takes it in for the briefest of moments, but I see Colossus is, I mean, still a bad fight, but is surrounded, and I'm just going to get in the way for whatever's happening over here. I'm going to use my 35 feet of movement and start moving towards where Brashera is.
Well, as Vana is moving and through the ethereal plane, I've got my monocle on, so then I kind of see him, and I'm just kind of looking at Vaughn like, what?
I tip my invisible hat to you as I keep walking.
All right, 35 feet places you right there, up on top of the table there.
I pass through objects while I'm on the ethereal plane.
Okay.
I will stop just shy of the table so I don't take damage from being inside an object.
All right.
Smart.
And I'm just gonna look at my sister, and I need her to make an intelligence saving throw as it's just sadness. DC 17.
Does not make it.
Yeah.
And she does not see you.
She's gonna take 16 points of psychic damage.
16 points of psychic damage. All right. That is going to cause her to step out of the shadows as it breaks her concentration on it.
And so I can see things both on the ethereal plane and on the material plane, and I can affect both while I'm using this fail stride. And because she failed that, she's going to have a subtracted D4 from her next save, as Vaughn's going to reach up. I think we saw this like pretty early on. I think you had seen something whenever you're doing a divine sense of something, and there was a crown above his head, and he's going to make a gesture like he's pulling off something from his head, as one of the crown of Granitegard will manifest, and I'm going to throw it her direction and try to like horseshoe ring it around her head. And I need her to make another intelligence saving throw.
Minus the D4.
Minus a D4.
Who has the white die?
Ooh. That's a -3.
No red.
No red.
Vaughn cast skill crit.
It is
super effective.
you got her good. Oh,
And
good. It's a chop 2.
so she is effectively charmed by me, and I will use my action on each of my subsequent turns to control her.
She get to save it through each turn.
At the end of her turn, she can choose to save, try it if she wants to.
Oh. Oh, okay. That you done? So that brings
that.
us back over to George. George, you watch the Colossus, your brother, destroy that animal. Echo has been knocked off by Sky, and we can just look at Echo's face, and all of the emotion just drains straight from his face.
All right. Tears streaming down my face. I've been shot. My brother. I need to drive my sword into the mask.
You drive your sword to the face?
Into the face.
All right. Oof. He is prone. That would give you advantage on that. You're going to close the gap on him.
I feel like I'm fired.
Striking distance.
Oh yeah, you got Bardic.
Oh,
Inspiration,
yeah.
too, if you-
Subtract 1d10.
He doesn't need it.
Subtract 1d10 from your dice roll.
But it's only if
I
you
didn't use-
choose to use
If
it,
you
though.
choose to use it,
If you
yes.
choose-
If you're activating it.
No, I'm not using
He,
it.
he
Okay.
shook his head no.
Oh,
Before
I didn't realize that. Sorry.
22.
22? 22 beats the 21. And that would be with advantage naturally, though, because he is on the ground. So if you want to re-roll, see if you get a natural 20.
Oh, cool. I rolled 2 at the same
Okay, I
time.
didn't realize that. All right, good.
Okay.
That would hit.
All right. What else for damage? It was just 8, wasn't it?
Be a great topic of discussion.
Yeah, it's 8 points
8 points.
on the first.
And next one?
Is that advantage also or just regular?
That would be just a regular roll on that. I believe.
Well, if he's
I
still
think
prone.
it's still
Yeah.
prone.
Brown?
Yeah,
Okay.
And all of them.
Yeah, advantage.
Sorry. Two-handed ones I have not had a lot of practice with, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
25.
25, both of those would strike. So you did 8 with the first one, you said?
And 8 and 9.
8 and 9, so 17 points of damage. All right.
fine.
You drive both blades into the face and cleave it from the body. Looking into the machinery that's running the Colossus at this point, and there is a lot of whirling and clicking that is going on at this point inside this machine. As you can see, heat rising from inside of it.
Mm.
And it's making very strange and odd noises inside of this machine.
He's gonna blow.
All right. Any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Like familiar?
Oh yeah, that's a good question to ask.
All right. Yip yip.
Hi.
All right, that's where we left off with you.
Fireball. Actually, I should clarify. Upcasted from 3rd to 6th level.
Anyway.
Nice. See, anyways. I know that.
Transmutated from fire to lightning.
Ooh. That's a dexterity saving throw.
Like it's
Mhm.
8d6, right?
And heightened. He now has disadvantage.
Disadvantage
Now-
on my dexterity.
Area effect. Are
So
you-
it hits the others. But
Okay.
heightened forces a single creature to roll at disadvantage.
And you're going to choose him for that?
Mhm.
All right.
I have lost
Alpha
the,
Mother
one
was
of my dice.
definitely dead, right?
Oh no.
It's all worth it in
That.
the end.
I need another d6. I lost my metal D6.
That's all you gotta ask.
All right. Yeah.
I got.
Oh, there's a ton of people in the room. There's like a full.
Nobody saved.
Amazing.
No save.
Nobody saved.
There's no witnesses.
Then I count this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's flashing in
No, I know.
shadows.
Oh, you reroll.
I am using empowered spell as well to roll my lowest dice.
Nice.
I want you to know, Yip Yip is angry.
I don't have to keep that in mind.
I think we got the message.
You're so right.
I will solidly agree with that, sir. That's
So that's 18 plus
18.
another 18 plus.
Was another 18.
Oh, that was another 18.
You had 9 sixes so far.
So 318.
54.
54. Need a calculator. Plus. Yeah, thank you. 54 plus
3.
3 equals 57
57 points of damage. All right.
lightning damage.
As you channel all your hate and rage at this moment in time into this ball of lightning, it surges and grows and then rips off, sailing through the air. You can see arcs of the bolts just ripping off and hitting anything they possibly come in contact with. But it doesn't actually truly make its explosion until it directly strikes the shaman dead center on the chest. And when it does, he's basically the focal point from where the arcs are coming off of him onto the spiders and then back and up and they're looking across the ceiling. And for a few seconds, the room is filled with a strobe of energy. And when it dissipates, you watch him fall to pieces as the lightning has basically caused large strips of him to instantly vaporize and catch fire and basically burst. The spiders are pretty much close to that as well, as they are crispy fried. The room smells awful. And silence.
So are the spiders still standing?
Oh, no.
Okay. I
They're-
thought so. I thought
The entire group of Rick, Betty, and the spiders are gone at this point. They're all dead.
No silk.
And the kobolds that were pressed at the far side of the room look on in awe at you and begin.
Yip Yip moves over to stand over Rick. Looks down on him. Go back to the hells where you came. And just spits directly on his face. Or, well, the remains of his face.
Nice.
They grow up so fast.
I mean, he just killed her mother, so, you know.
Excellent Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all get it. Smash and Bond.
From Vaughn.
But that's not yours. That's yours. That's yours. Very cool.
9 sixes.
Wow. That's
Statistically improbable.
You take the table across 45 feet.
And then I re-rolled.
Okay, I'll take the attack of opportunity to step 15 feet towards Vaughn.
Is this
As I see he's bleeding from a massive wound. Does he take the attack of opportunity on me?
Not at this moment. There's
Okay.
something else going on.
And you see my headband start to sparkle as I hold my hand out toward you, and you just see a stream of sparkles come off as like my veins and my neck start to blacken.
Yeah, sparkles. Vaughn can be affected. He can be affected by things on the material plane still, but there's like it's like a faint outline of him because I stay there for the next 5 rounds.
Yeah. You will heal for 40 points as I cast life transference on you. And I take 40 points of necrotic.
Ooh, my God.
And then I will action surge and run back across. And I'm like still wincing in pain, but I remember that he took a really heavy hit as well, like King George. And I will reach
Close
out
5
and-
feet.
Yeah, I'll get right on top of the Colossus and touch King George and absorb his injury.
Hmm.
Oof.
you get 4 health back and are no longer injured. And my armor's probably going to start locking up to compensate.
Oof.
And I take my Yikula and I just stab it into him 3 times.
We're going to assume the him again is the
guy I'm
Colossus.
standing on, Colossus, yeah.
All right, just checking the hymns again.
So the first one I don't believe hits 19.
check the hymns.
Oh, I have advantage. Yeah, that's right. Oh no. Okay, so 28
Before you
28
wrangle,
hits?
you know, advisor style.
for 8 damage.
I got some Bob.
Throw that down a little.
Oh,
The next one misses.
she is.
25 to hit.
Okay, so 2 out of your 3 hit, I believe.
The last hit is 5 points of damage.
All right. You stab into the Colossus with your Ikua, and it does additional damage to it. Again, the strange sounds are coming out of it at this point. Any other actions, reactions, bonus actions?
Does it sound like whatever's happening inside poses a danger to the people around me?
It sounds very much like this thing is whirling up at this point.
Okay. I stand over him as if to like try, if something happens or like it blows up, to try to shield the people around me with myself.
All right.
Oh,
That would bring us to the Colossus. The Colossus is going to do a contest of strength with you. That is going to be a 33.
28.
28. The Colossus grabs you as it reaches up. It grabs onto your waistband with where the truss armor is, which is completely locked up at this point, which is keeping you up, but almost as like a prison about you. And as he does that, he's able to stand up with you and hoist you up into the air. And he's kind of brings you to his level as he stares at you. And at this point, the rest of the plating on him flakes away, that covering that was on the actual armor that he's wearing. And you actually can see the armor itself is made out of that strange metal that you all have seen before, that iron. But it is full of all kinds of weird etchings into it. But they're not
looting this body.
like standard runes and such. They appear to be runes with gears and little bitty moving parts and stuff as they click and lock and such into place. Again, that guise that holds him as more of a civilized creature is gone at this particular point. And as the Colossus has you locked up here, it grabs your Yikwa and it's going to bring it down and it's going to attempt to pierce you with your own Yikwa. We're going to do another contest of strength.
Just gave you a colossal wedgie.
That is going to be 31.
24.
24. The Colossus grabs your own blade and begins driving it through you, in through the armor, and pressing it as you can see his own arm is, as you're hanging onto it, is snapping the metal, it's bending as it is sticking this into you. And the Colossus is winding up, and you all could hear these strange sounds getting louder and louder. At this particular point, people need to make a choice here in the room. Who is remaining with Exotaurus? Steam and heat begins radiating off the Colossus.
I'm not leaving Sky, so I'm staying.
All right.
How far away am I from Sky?
Yeah.
So do I see that?
70 feet.
How far away am I from?
How?
Sky?
Yeah. How far? And me as well.
In a straight line, 70 feet?
Not a straight line.
Yeah, straight line.
About 55 feet, straight line.
Okay.
And
Can
Anna,
I-
5, 10, 15, 20 feet. About 20 feet from you, Anna.
Okay.
Mary, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet from you.
okay.
You're
Tarquin,
big, so you should be able just to grab.
that's about
Oh, yeah.
15 feet for you. Tarquin, George,
You get
Yeah. If
about
yeah.
20 feet for you as well.
How
Okay.
far away am I
I have
from?
something.
I have lay
Shira.
on hands. If you can.
I have that weight.
About 70 feet.
Echo.
Okay.
Does it look to me like he's about to explode?
It looks like this thing is about to explode. Yes.
I would like to use my reaction,
Mm-hmm.
and I telepathically and vocally call out at once. Say, Brother Amond, tell our men I have fulfilled my vow.
All right.
As Eamon hears this, he's about to give the order for the trebuchet to keep firing as he's been doing. And as soon as he hears it, he stops and he just raises his fist to the commander of the trebuchet, and he's, no, brother, you don't do this. We need you.
Tarquin, tell your sisters that I love them. And tell Anna, and wincing in pain, and he says, Antonia, that my last thoughts were of her. I activate my holy note.
And Eamon is just screams, just no.
I want to throw my shield to block my party from the blast.
The holy nova, when it goes off, just blinding light for 500 feet, and it can be seen from 50 miles away.
Oh,
Go ahead, Tark.
as I see this transpiring, just void of emotion. If I have the chance to act, already enlarged with the belt of giant strength, in addition to that, I'm going to use my channel divinity, if I'm allowed, to enact Peerless Athlete, which will also double my strength. I'm going to lay a hand on George, see Echo staying firm, lay a hand on Echo, and just drag them away from what is happening.
And as he is doing that, I'm going to, I just yell to Echo, Echo, go! And I run over to Sky and wrap myself in the doggy, and then cast Dimension Door. Me and the dog transport 500 feet out, away from whatever's about to happen, out to the street.
You feel Echo resist Tarquin until he sees Reverend jump on top of her, and then you feel him just go completely limp.
George, you're moving along with them. Like, you could feel the heat because you're really close to it at this point. Like it's painful standing next to them.
Yeah.
Fire, but
I'm
Hey, you got the most important character. Just
my resistance is not as strong as it probably could be, but I hesitate briefly, but for the most part,
Give a choice.
I'm going to
Strong
leave.
boy.
Hopefully with my mom.
You can.
But you go.
yeah.
I'm gonna, because I still have my sister charmed, so she cannot attack me, and I can control her actions. I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna give her a hug, and in doing so, I'm gonna move my brand to her, so I know where she is on this plane. And I'm just gonna, like, as I reach back, and it's like almost like it's like aggressive love as I squeeze her shoulders and like just shake her away, and I'm gonna take off with everybody else.
All right.
And then I am going to look around at everyone running and then look down at the advisor that I've just bonked to save, and I'm going to pick him up and also run out of the building.
My holy nova, I'm going to deal 235 my remaining life to the Colossus and any creature of evil intent against us within 500 feet.
Damon, what are you doing?
Oh, I don't think I saw any of that. So I'm going to hop out of the Shadow Realm, and I'm going to try to attempt to take Vashira with me out the door.
All right. Party, I need one person to make a die roll, please.
What type of die roll?
I'm going to say, unfortunately, Yip Yip, you would not be able to make it. I'm going to have Vaughn drop the die. Nat 2.
What are you looking for?
A regular 20? What'd you roll?
Well, do I add anything to it? You're just looking for
Straight dice.
that
roll,
isn't the
please.
number is 8 then.
The number is 8, which is higher than what I rolled.
Good number. Good number. Good number.
All of
good
you
number.
are successful in your actions of vacating the Holy Nova as you push yourself out of the building. As it detonates, the wave of energy rips across the great house, passing through the walls, passing through the floors, pushing out through the barracks, pushing down into the dungeons, moving the guards that were sitting out front. And the light is so bright you can actually see it reflecting off the low-hanging clouds above and off of the snowflakes that are falling. And it's eerie because it doesn't make a sound. It is the brightest, most powerful thing you've ever felt. You feel it push through your bodies, does no damage to you. But it doesn't make any sound whatsoever as it goes off. And then it's gone. Building's intact, quiet. You don't hear the soldier sounds from the Concordance. It's a very eerie, strange sound of just the wind and the snow falling. You can see that Damon has brought Bashira out. Mary is
Got 40 seconds.
cradling Guy. Her mother stands next to her.
I wasn't holding Sky.
Sorry, Reverend Head Sky. Your mother is standing next to you, Mary. You left the advisor in there?
No, I brought
Oh,
him.
okay, you
I
left the
brought
advisor. He arrived.
Grab him by the scruff.
George,
Scare him a little bit.
You you have
you're
Sky.
standing about outside with him. Now, when you get to the front gates are cast open as citizens of Newtown, with George's forces, have opened the front gates willingly, allowing the Antherian forces
Yeah.
to push through and into the town.
So as soon as that flash goes off, Eamon just loses it, and he just, like just trying to compose himself, just, gets very extremely angry, and just tears start like welling up in his eyes, and he just yells and just blows his horn and then charge like it's for the army, and they just charge toward the gate, and as soon as they get there, he said everybody's just
Now, strangely, as you all stand outside, as you can hear the commotion of the front gate coming, as you're looking at the great house, the crown that Exotaurus was wearing in his head rolls out the building and down the front steps. And as you all are staying there, it's George and Vaughn. The crown rolls and stops. Sorry, the crown, the circlet.
Yeah, the circlet.
It rolls and stops between you and George. And the second it stops rolling and lands on the ground, you don't even realize when the transformation occurs. It goes from a circlet to the crown that Viteris would have been wearing. And Echo, you're the one that's carrying the keystone, correct?
Yes.
All right. For you, after the explosion has gone off, you see that two souls race from the building and into the keystone in your bag.
Which symbols do they light up?
As you pull it forth and look into the keystone, you can see that Saxum Durum has been highlighted, and Aurorum Armatus has been also highlighted on it. That is the gold dragon,
Okay.
and that is the Saxum is the earth dragon.
Got it. Echo has the keystone, but he just lets it fall to the ground and just runs over to Sky, and he just falls to his knees and buries his face in her fur, and he's just sobbing, just saying over and over, just Why did you do that?
As soon as I've teleported outside with, and we teleported like 500 feet away to get as far away as I could. I took out the usable spell gem that was given to me long ago, and I take the gem, which has the spell Revivify inside of it. I spin
will
it.
remind you what we learned from the last time with Revivify and the condition of the body.
So, about that. When we all meet up,
You all are standing out there together. You
Yeah.
can see that Reverend is pulling that out.
I'm going to pull out the gift that I got from Helen, which is that ointment that we used on Steve to knit Steve's body back together.
Oh.
This will consume the rest of that ointment.
That's fine.
Worth it.
And
We'll rub some of
I'm going to just hand it to the Reverend.
And I know that I have a minute, so I get to work with applying the ointment, and
Do something.
I'm thinking to myself, you actually have to be a healer now. This is real. I take the gem, and then I smash it on the ground next to Sky.
As you are smearing the ointment on Sky, it is knitting her body back together. You're very focused on the time, and you know the seconds are ticking down in your head, and you're watching it knitting, and it's just not knitting fast enough. You're applying as much as you possibly can, and at the last second, you were like, it's now or never, and you smash the gem, and the spell is released. And you can see the energy pass out of you and into Sky's body, just as the final wounds are closing back up, and you see the hair kind of restoring back to where it was, the body filling back out again, and as energy seeps into Sky, nothing happens. And then her chest begins to move slowly up and down. Her ear twitches, and a moment later she looks up, and the first individual she looks right towards is Echo. And a moment later she's on her feet, moving to Echo, just covering you with licks.
I grab Skeech and I grab Reverend with two separate arms and her with my third. Into the biggest embrace that he could muster, and he's just sobbing, but now happy tears.
And as you pull me in closer, I say, and I've got a little tear coming up too. Echo, Skeech, now that you've seen what they can do, can I interest you? Any of my healing potions or tonics?
Echo takes out his entire money bag. With all of his currency. Just yeah, sure.
You know what, buddy?
You take trade, and I'm gonna pull out the skull.
Wait, the one from...
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Oh God, don't put me back in there! Please keep me out! Oh my God, no!
Wait. Is the shockwave from the Nova still coming?
No.
I'll tell you what, fellas.
And here is where we're going to end our episode for the evening. So please join us again next week as we race towards the end. We'll see you here very soon on the Doom City of Granitegard. You have a great week.